All right, I think I'm live. If you can hear me and if I sound all right, hit that one. Jim, very good, thank you. Glad you got out of the mud. Tyler Durden. Hey, first time. Hey, all right, Tyler. Well, welcome. Good to have you. Dale. Oh, good, Dale. Good to have you. Noah. Good morning, Dale or Noah. Well, I don't know if it's a good morning. Well, for Noah, it is. For some of you, maybe I should just be saying morning. But hopefully, for everybody, it is a good morning. For me, it's been so far, which is always a good thing. So as we kind of wait for some more people to get logged on, as a reminder, if you have been here before and you know that you're going to enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. We are once again got to get up to that 100 likes by the 2-hour mark. If you're new, like such as Tyler, no need to hit that like button. I get it. You're new. Great to have you. But yeah, you don't know if you're going to like this or not. So no need to hit the like button in that situation. But yeah, if you've been here before and you do know you're going to like or enjoy, friendly reminder to hit that like button. Harlan, good morning. Yep, good morning to you. Let's talk it into existence. Oh, it sounds like it's already in existence for you. You're the one that said good morning, which is good. I'm glad that you're having a good morning. Jim, you make any trades yet? I will tell you that Grand Rising. Hey, good to see ya. I wish I could pronounce your name, but I'll just I'm not even going to attempt it. Not even. Nice. We're almost at 10 likes already. We're off to a good. There we go. 10 likes just like that. 2 minutes in. We got a good crowd. Good crowd. Well, I will say that the live stream, in a sense, saved me some money because as I was getting everything situated, or Eva, good morning. As I was getting things situated, as much as I don't want to admit it, because when we're kind of hindsight trading, we always want to be like, no, I wouldn't have actually done that, but I think I really would have because it was a good setup, but. I was looking at this action right here saying, oh, man, that looks pretty good for a short back to the downside. But in my mind, I was like, well, but I gotta get stuff set up. It's almost live stream time. So I essentially, basically kept on moving, doing stuff to get set up. And yeah, that the live stream was profitable in the sense of it did not have me take that trade because the price went up. And for beginners out there, if you go short, you want to see prices go down. So the fact that this thing went up, would have been a losing trade. If I'm being brutally honest, I'm pretty sure that would not have worked out well. Andrew, I already told you what I think, and this is going to be the last time I address it, my friend. I told you what I feel comfortable with. That's what I think. Evil's Addict, good morning. I'm in the penalty box today. Had some tilt trades, didn't blow, but back. Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't blow it. But on just to offer you up some encouragement, at least you already got some payouts from it. So that's always good. So you got the payouts, you paid for the costs of the account, and plus some. So I'm glad you didn't go full-blown tilt mode and blow the entire thing. But yes, good call. Props to you for recognizing that, putting yourself in the penalty box today. So be it. It happens. It's a sign of maturity for a trader. If you find yourself in the penalty box because you've put yourself in the penalty box, that is a sign that you have acknowledged the fact that something's just not right. Something's not right either with the market and your strategy or just something's not right with you as a trader on that day. And that was me on, I believe, Wednesday. So no shame at all in being in the penalty box. Now, I would say this. It becomes shameful in the sense of if your broker has to put you in the penalty box because they do like a margin call or something on you, that's a real bad sign. That means you just completely lost your mind. So a broker-induced penalty box, not so good. But a self-induced penalty box, I think that's a sign of a good, mature trader. Already up to 17 likes. All right. Very good. We are on a roll here. So anyways, that would have definitely probably been a losing trade for me. So the live stream setup. But what I am watching and wondering about is we have that area right there. Is that potentially a buy point? We have a nice little bull pennant here forming. So we'll see. I'm watching that level right now as a potential. Andrew. Okay. I'm lying because I said this. I'm not going to address it. Truly, Andrew, This is the last time I address it. So it will come across as me ignoring you from this point forward because I am ignoring you. I'm not interested in looking at anything. I'm not interested in any of that stuff. I'm not interested. I am comfortable with what I told you yesterday. And you know what I told you yesterday, so I'm not going to repeat it. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's where I stand, okay? So that's the last. Now, if you want to ask a question about something else, fine. But as far as all this stuff is concerned, that is truly my last reply. Bull flag on the 1 minute and 2 minute. Yeah. I was gonna say I'd probably call it a pennant, but yeah, I'm not gonna argue if you want to call, like I said, call that a bull flag either. It is what it is. Bit of a pullback within the pattern. So if you're believing the pattern and think it wants to curl back upwards, here you go. Here you go. That's the question. Will it curl back upwards? Yeah, nice little pattern here. I'm watching that trend line. Quite interested in it. Tyler, consider getting into... I've never heard of them. So Tyler, I'm just gonna delete that out, not because I've never heard of them, so I don't like things around that I've never heard of. But as far as prop firms, I recommend and use Take Profit Trader. So that's who in the prop firm space I would say, especially if you're a beginner just getting started in the prop firm world, Tyler, I say Take Profit Trader because their rules are very, very straightforward. Their payment structure is very nice. Get paid whenever you want and in whatever amount you want. You don't have to wait a couple of weeks and then you can only request a certain amount, even though you made way more than that amount that they'll let you request. So I think Take Profit Trader gives the best impression of prop firms. That doesn't mean other prop firms aren't good. That means other prop firms are scams or anything. I'm just saying if you're trying to convince somebody to go deeper down the prop firm rabbit hole, which I think is a good rabbit hole to pursue, I think Take Profit Trader is going to give them the best initial experience just because, like I said, their rule book, very, very thin, and their payments just make a whole lot of sense. Hey, I made $5,000. I should be able to request that $5,000 whenever I want, as opposed to other prop firms. Well, yeah, you made $5,000, but you can only request money every couple of weeks, and you can only request $2,000. Again, to reiterate, that doesn't make them a scam. I'm just saying that's not the most clean of payment processes. If you want to support the stream and channel, Tyler, and if you want to get the promotion, just use code CLAY that you see up at the top of the screen. But of course, if you want to support somebody else, feel free to use their code. But if you want to support this channel and you want to go with them, code CLAY that you see at the top of the screen there, we'll give you the current promotion and allow you to support the channel, support the live stream. But again, Tyler, it's good to have you here. I always like when we got first timers here. Still watching this trend line right here. What I would ideally come up here and then consolidate a little bit below it and then go. But I'm not going to buy it on this break. If it breaks on this candle, I'm just not interested. Because I want a little bit of a tighter stop than that. I am going to keep on trading. But yeah, I'm doing fine on the day. But I'm definitely going to reduce position size, reduce risk. Because I don't want to give back my day or anything like that. But yeah, I'm willing to risk a little bit of it. But like I said, I'm not. Okay, that's good. I like it. Now let's see if we can get maybe this candle and then one more to stay below it. So let's build like a little miniature bull pennant, bull flag within the overall bull pennant. Because right here's the overall bull pennant or bull flag, whatever you want to call it. So I'd like to see now a little miniature bull flag with, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's all right. Pull back a little bit. And there's going to be ideally a little miniature bull flag within the overall bull pennant. How long will your referral code be good for? The referral code is good for forever, unless they all of a sudden change things up. But as of now, it's good forever. There's no expiration on it. All right, a little bit deeper of a pullback than what I would ideally have wanted, because once again, the risk profile has shifted and is not exactly the most attractive. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad. I'm just saying where I'm at in my day, I'm that much more aware of the risk profiles because I'm in a green day. I need to be careful. I don't want to take on way too much risk and be like, whoa, I just gave back all my gains. So for me, too big of a risk profile. But for you, maybe you're like, nah, we're within the context of my day and context of my strategy and goals, not a big deal. So that's why I say I'm just giving my thoughts. But at the end of the day, you got to know your strategy. You got to know the context of where you sit in your day and then go from there. Wow, we're doing fantastic with the likes. Already at 23. We may be able to get up to 50. We've only done that a couple times within the first 30 minutes. So if you are enjoying, or you know you're going to enjoy, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Wait, no 10 tick and 10 NQs today. Maybe 15 NQs. Did you salvage that account yesterday, Austin? I kind of lost track. Did you end up salvaging that thing? Tight range. I mean, kind of, Judd, but if you think about it, and this is the crazy thing about futures. So even if we say the range is from 320 up to 360, I mean, that's still 40 points. That's quite a bit. I mean, you get just, even one NQ, 40 points, that's $800 on one NQ. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying it kind of just really illustrates how crazy and how beneficial futures are in terms of if you're looking for movement, even quote-unquote tighter ranges. I mean, this tight range is still 40 points. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that one yesterday, Austin, that you were down to like $500 drawdown. That's unfortunate right now. It's I don't know. Almost at my pro account, just have to trade for 2 more days. Have you already hit the profit target, Paradigm? I don't think those make a whole lot of sense if you cannot pass a normal account. Like if you can't pass take profit traders test, then all those other ones, like that's not going to do you any good. You're just paying more money to throw yourself in a situation that you haven't even ever proven to yourself that you can deal with. Oh, you did end up blowing it? How'd you renew it for free? Tell me more. Oh, nice, Paradigm. So you basically have passed for all intents and purposes. Now you're just doing your flip days. Good job. Oh, yeah. Because they have, that's another nice thing about Take Profit Trader. They have their like wallet system or whatever that is. Yeah, nice. Well, there we go. Chalk it up for Take Profit Trader. You're getting free accounts now. I think the catch with that is you'll still have to pay the activation. So now you will have to pay an activation fee if you pass those. So, fair warning. I'm going to start my second. That's what. Okay, yeah. I'm going to start my second. Sorry, I'm trying to watch this too. Yeah, that kind of rained on the parade. That was a nice, beautiful looking pattern. Now that thing kind of rained on the parade. That trend line right there, I still think is going to be very applicable and an area to definitely keep a close eye on. But I'm going to start my second account once I get this pro account in a comfortable spot. I don't know. I think I personally disagree with that, Evil Shadex. I would get the second one going right now because you get it going right now, the closer you are to having a second past one. Or else, let's say because you're assuming once I get this pro account in a comfortable spot, well, what happens if you don't? Now, all of a sudden, you're at day 1 of a new test where you could be at maybe day 2 or 3 of a test if you started it today. So I would just push back and say you're making a pretty gutsy assumption that you're going to be able to get the pro account back to a comfortable spot. So that's a built-in assumption within your plan that, as we know as traders, those are kind of can be a little sketchy built-in assumptions. Like I said, if, again, obviously I'm not wishing that upon you. I'm not saying that's what's going to occur. But if you kind of just think of a worst case scenario, like just something bad happens, well, at least in that situation, I'm already on day 2 or 3 of a test account. Whereas if something bad happens and then you wait, you're like, oh, great, now I got to go back to day 1 when I could have been on day 3 already. Because he's purchased a lot from them. The more you buy from Take Profit Trader, they start to give you credits and you build up like a point system. So yeah, eventually you can go and get free stuff. So that's how he's been a good loyal customer is the best way to put it. No, I'm not on Pro Plus. Nope, I got Pro accounts. I'm not on Pro Plus though. All right, we're coming back in a range. So I don't know. Maybe we're gonna be looking at some sort of like new little pattern. So if it comes up here, could we get a little bull flag? And then the bull flag gets the break out of both. That would be nice. But a nice little sign of strength to see it recover because that was looking pretty nasty for a moment. Yeah, that's it. Even Evil Shaddix, even if you just start it today and do a flip trade, and that way, there you go. You got day one done. So I'm not even saying you have to go out there and actually make any trades, because if you think that you're kind of detached from the markets today and you're struggling, but at least if you do a flip trade, then you have day one under your belt already. So if you know that you want to get a second account going, you might as well start it now, even if you don't trade it aggressively. Just do a flip day, log that first day, and at least you're moving in the right direction. Coach Hid, I have been subbed since July 2021 and back since you were trading Lightspeed. Just wanted to say you were a great teacher in my trading journey. Happy to see you made the move to the props. Thank you, Coach Hid. Yeah, my community has been telling me for a long time to move into futures for a long time. And then they started like, Clay, now you definitely got to move into futures. There's these things called prop firms, and I was pretty sketchy of prop firms. Or I would say I was pretty leery of prop firms for the past couple of years. But again, at some point, you just gotta, when you see members and you see the good quality traders that you've gotten to know over the years show success and show that they're not getting scammed and showing that they're getting paid, it's like, all right. So I did finally make the jump back in November, and wow, why did I waste a long time? As a former stock and options day trader, those things truly are garbage compared to futures. They really are. Pam's Plant, day trading futures through a prop firm. Yeah. It's just not good. Soak Parasite, good morning. Chiam, M-U-L-N, question mark. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. What are you asking? Elias or Elias, just discovered your channel. Your content is highly underrated. Greetings from Spain. Curious, how did you discover the channel? Did the live stream pop up on your or on what's the thing on your? It's not a wall. I don't even know what Facebook or what YouTube calls it. Like, are you Cham? Are you a day trader or what? What are you doing? Like, what are you, a swing trader, an investor? Feed, thank you. So thank you. Turn the page. So on the feed, did like a video or live stream show up? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm asking you. Swing trader. Well, I don't know. Is it a buy? What do you think? Is it a buy? Is the risk worth it relative to the potential reward in your analysis of the situation? Just searching live trading. Okay, interesting. Good. And so when you search live trading, the live stream popped up. Am I understand that right? Okay, so you're saying no, that the risk is not, then you probably shouldn't, then it's probably not a buy. If you don't think that the risk right now is worth the potential reward, then you probably shouldn't buy. Let me ask you this, James. Do you want to be a day trader? Are you in a situation where you would like to be a day trader, but the pattern day trading rule is preventing you from being a day trader, therefore you have to be a swing trader? Does that sound like maybe an accurate guess of your situation? All right, we are approaching the line. What do you think? I think that you need to follow your strategy. That's what I think. And I don't know what your strategy is. Okay, correct. Well, okay. How much money do you have, Cham? Let me ask you this. I'm about to blow your socks off. I'm about to tell you how you can be a day trader. Because it's almost like I've been dealing with traders for like over a decade now. I said, Cham, are you potentially a swing trader because you'd like to be a day trader, but you can't because of that dreaded pattern day trader rule? So because you can't be a day trader, because of the stupid pattern day trader rule, now you're being forced to become a swing trader. Is that right? And he goes, correct. Yes. I decided not to be aggressive trading with my TPT. My goal is to pass 15 to 20 trading days, and that would be, yeah. Elon, there's no shame in that. Just get it done within a month, and that's still plenty of time. Yep. Can I use your code for the other accounts, or is it? Yeah, you can use it, Evil Shaddix. Thank you, Frank. Okay, Bruce, I like it. He's selling at 3. Oh, he's going short, I think. 355. Okay, I think he's filled. Stop loss is at 361. Okay, all right. I like it, Bruce, giving us things before it actually happens. Very good. Bruce is in. His stop loss is up over these highs. We'll see how it works. But there we go. Look at that. The power of trend lines. Amazing. The power of charts. Learn charts, folks. They're not a perfect tool, but they're certainly worthwhile. And if you've been on the live stream, you knew that I drew that line in there a long time ago. And once again, doesn't mean it can't be broken, but no coincidence that that's where it's failing. Chain, where did you go? I'm about to change your, I don't know about change your life, but I'm about to change your trading journey. I can make you a day trader. I can give you a strategy that you can day trade every day as much as you want for not a whole lot of money required. That's why I asked you, well, how much money do you have? Chain, I hope you didn't leave, because you just, if you left, man, I don't know why I'm still talking to you if you left, but man, you just lost an opportunity to actually do what you ideally would like to do. Well, thank you, Elias. I guess I was just asking more from like a business standpoint, like, because I'm curious, does this live stream actually bring in new people that have never heard of Clay Trader at all? For me, it's kind of muddied waters because the channel's been around since 2013. So a lot of people, like that coach guy earlier, was like, yeah, I've been following you for like years now. So it's hard. Like, how many of you are here because you had already heard about Clay Trader over the years versus how many people like just showed up because of the live stream and had never heard of Clay Trader? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. But I thank you. I'm glad you think I'm crystal clear. Most of the results aren't very well. Thank you. I don't know if you were too tight, Bruce. I mean, low probability trade because you were running a tight stop, but had you gotten it, it would have worked out really nice. Thanks, coach. Oh, nice. And you even took the course I offer. Very good. Very good. Oh, good. All right. The thumb trader is here. Yesterday I took a thumb trade and I lost, but I don't know if I did it right or not, Nick. So, yeah, hopefully, if I see another thumb trade, stand by so you can coach me through if I'm doing it right or not. Okay, so this could be a thumb trade on the 5-minute. We're up above. It's got to come back below though, on the short side here. Did you see it at 9:58? No, I'm looking at I'm looking at a 1,000 tick chart, 1K tick chart over here off screen. Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, you mean that big rollover? See, that's what confuses me. I want to. Where was the trend? I thought it's supposed to be trending. I mean, it shot straight up, or is that still considered a trend? First video I saw was one of the stocks for the next day. Oh, okay, one of the top 10 stocks made $200 from Sus AI a couple months ago. Then subscribed. Then the live started popping up. Thank you, Areva. Interesting journey. So, but you didn't necessarily discover the channel because of the live stream. You discovered it because of one of my my top 10 videos I do at the end of every day. Okay, I appreciate the feedback though. Always interesting. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but we got some faulty breakouts. Okay, it's back down through. All right, Nick, so here we are. It's back down through. What am I waiting for? When do I get short? When this thing pops back up? Because now we're waiting for the thumb, right? Okay, so as soon as this thing moves back up, I just get short right then and there. Stop above the highs. Am I understanding that right? So I got to wait for the thumb to show up, which means I've got to see it start to head back up. Am I understanding that right, Nick? Price needs to come back down more. Well, why? Isn't this the thumb right here forming? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, this is confusing. I guess that's what I understand. That's why you got to come back on a Tuesday night webinar. I don't understand. Like when I. It needs to fall. Okay. Well, I guess to be fair, you did say. Well, I'm kind of giving the Cliff Notes version of the strategy because I was just following that, like you said. I thought we were waiting for the thumb, but all right. Well, there is a breakout. Ultimately, it was not the most smooth, but it was not cruel. What would cruel have been? Cruel would have been people buy right there trying to play the breakout, and then it goes something like that. And by doing that, it takes out all the long stops and then makes the move. But it didn't do that. So it was annoying in the sense of a couple of false breakouts, but it just chopped around here a little bit before that move. So far, it's been pretty polite. And depending on strategy. Now, scalpers, I would assume, scalpers already made their money. So this has been a winning breakout trade for scalpers. But for people that are wanting to see more, they got some more work to do. Well, thank you, Andrew. I mean, we don't have any differences. We just, I've laid out a more than valid business plan. I think I'm being a rational businessman to say, hey, build up a portfolio. Like I said, you talk a big game, which is fine. I like confidence. So go take that big game, build up your portfolio, get some reviews, and then I'll check it out for sure. And then we'll talk business, 100%. But right now, too much talking. Not enough action. All right, back tests and go. Could we get something like that? I got to get off NQ before I do something I didn't mean to do. Like I said, I am nice and green on the day, so I'm willing to take trades, but I'm not willing to. Well, let's do this, and I can build up. Oh, I already missed the pullback. Come on. Uh-oh, do we have another thumb trade form in here? I got to shelf that. It's too confusing. Too confusing. There was the back test. I was a tad bit too slow on it. Broke out, came back down, back tested it. We'll see if it wants to go. Childlike innocence. Clay, pray that you and your family are safe. Thank you. How's your prop firm trading going? Oh yeah, 5 minutes. I was watching the tick chart over here. Do I not have the 200 period on my tick chart? Huh. Would have thought I would have. I'm not sure why the 200 period's not on that one. It is bumping its head, that's for sure. What would that be? Yesterday, though. Yesterday, I kept trying to catch these, and I was just failing miserably. So I'm going to learn from yesterday. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Today's first day. All right, awesome, awesome. Yeah, not doing it. I realize right now in the 5 minute, I realize it is bumping its head right now in the 200 period. So does it find resistance there? It could. Oh, man. Took the advice, got a second account. Very good. What's the difference between buy market and buy bid? One buys the market, meaning you're going to get in no matter what. The other one buys the bid. So you're only willing to buy at the bid. And then the inverse is true for the sell. Is there a thumb is this the thumb, Nick? What are we doing here? The thumb trade. Oh, no, okay. So this is not a thumb trade. Gotcha. Falling Forward in the chat is a member of my mentorship program, and part of that, sometimes I'll interview traders that have been around a while that are established, and he was on our Tuesday night webinar, interviewed him about his thumb trade strategy. So that's what I'm trying to learn, the thumb trade. But right now, I think I'm just confusing myself more than anything else. I mean, it is right at that 200. So this is not an irrational trade plan. It's just yesterday, I think the day before, I kept burning myself trying to catch these highs. Yeah, that's what I mean, clearly. All the questions I keep getting on it, there needs to be another one for sure. Well, right off that 200 period. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering, would I've survived the push up through there? I don't know. That movement right there might have stopped me out. So this possibly was a very irritating situation that I just saved myself from. Yeah. I think that movement up would have probably taken me out, if I'm being brutally honest with myself in hindsight. All right. Okay, got a micro there. Just one. I'll look to add some more. Okay. All right. Tradovate is a bit sketchy today. Oh, there was some delay there for sure. So a small little gain. I started small because I was willing to get more than one, but I wanted to give myself flexibility. But if you start too big, well, then you don't have any flexibility. So I started with one, but it went in my favor, so I just took the quick gain. But that was no, that showed up instantly. I don't know. Yeah, that canceled. I don't know. Maybe that was just in my mind. Something felt delayed there, but maybe now when I'm seeing it again, I'm watching buy. I don't know. How are you able to change the colors on your indicators? All you got to do is click on them. So like double click, and then you can go right there. Colors, stuff like that. Just double click on them. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Frank. I've been experiencing those delays also. Okay, Bruce, that makes me feel better. Do we have any other Tradovate people out there? Is it a little glitchy on their end today? I had a trade earlier today where I wanted to short. So I thought I had, so I was watching the chart and I was getting ready to click the sell ask, and I clicked, and then there nothing happened. So then I glanced up and I must have moved my mouse down a little bit, and I was like, oh, I thought I was on the sell S, but I guess I wasn't, because as I looked at where my cursor was, it was slightly off of it. And then all of a sudden the order showed up. So it was like a 3-second delay. And then I ended up just getting out. It was for a profitable trade, but it could have been more. But like I said, that kind of just spooked me out when I don't like when it gets glitchy like that. So like I said, that last trade I made, I don't know if it was for sure, but now seeing that Bruce has had some issues and my issue earlier, it seems like it's plausible. Hey, let's make a move up to 50 likes here. We're 12 away. We've been stuck at 38 for a while. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. We got to get up to, overall goal is 125, but we got to get up to that 100 mark by the 2-hour mark so that we can keep the party going. So if you have not hit that like, please do so. Andrew, I got to be very upfront. You're very close to a ban. Like, you're so close to just getting banned, I guess that's what it is. Because you just won't drop this stuff. You know where I stand. Please. Now you're just cluttering the chart with stuff that I've already addressed. You seem like a nice guy, but at this point, you're just crossing the bridge to yeah. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And if you're trying to build business, I'm telling you, like, I'm giving you feedback from a business owner to another business owner yourself. It's not working. It's not working, my friend. Thanks for reminding me. Like button smash. There we go. 48. Very good. Let's get two more. Let's at least get this up to 50. Well, that's helpful, coach, because that just reminds me that I need to remind people to hit the like button. Mad Mac, I've already given him the solution, and he doesn't want to do it. It's just not, yeah, I got to just. He says he's a great promoter, graphic designer, he can drive traffic, all this stuff, fine, that's good. That's a good skill set to have, to be good at marketing and graphic design and all that stuff. That's great to be good at all that stuff. But then he won't do it. He's not willing to take that skill set to create a Fiverr or an Upwork account, build up a portfolio so I can check it out, get some customer reviews, which will allow him to do, but he just talks, but he won't do any action. So that's where it's like, no, man, I'm not interested. Not interested. You're not bringing me any likes, dude. And I want real likes. I don't want fake likes. That's the thing. Like, I don't need you to go to some, like, bot farm and, like, bring me, like, I want genuine likes. KZ, I already gave him his business plan. A couple days ago, I gave him the business plan. I'm taking him at his word. And he talks a big game again, which is fine. Be confident. I have no problem with that. Talks a big game. I'm a great marketer. I'm a great promoter. I'm great at graphic design. I'm great at, blowing up people's brands, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Take that self-proclaimed skill set, go to Fiverr, go to Upwork. Because you're so good, then, well, by definition, you're going to build a good portfolio. You're going to have good customer reviews. You're going to make money. And then I will go and look at your portfolio, because that's what's the great thing about Fiverr and Upwork. They allow you to build portfolios, share it so you can get more clients. They allow clients to give you ratings of how it was like to work with you. I said, I'll check all that stuff out, and then we'll talk business. But he won't do it. But yeah, I already gave him the golden ticket for himself. Again, I'm operating under the assumption what he tells me is true. All right. Is this a short? 400, what would that stop be? Oh, that's only 7 points. I'll do that. Yes, I'm trying to catch a top here. So let's just get short one there. Stop will be up there. Again, very minimal risk. I'm protecting my gains on the day. So if you are here because you want to see some degenerate gambling, if you want to see somebody just taking wild risks, I want to be respectful of your time. You're not going to get that here. Again, I am nicely green on the day. I will keep trading, but I need to keep my risk under control. I'm not looking to give back my entire day. If I give back a little gains, that's okay. That's fine. Andrew, no more. Any more message about anything business-wise, you're banned. Final warning, my friend. Final warning. I've given you the solution. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But stop bringing all that stuff up here. I am not interested. Yeah, exactly, Frank. And people here are just getting annoyed. Like, it's not good for the stream at this point. So by all means, if you want to talk, if you got a question about a prop firm, or you just want to talk whatever, that's fine. But no more of this business stuff. I've told you where I stand. So just stop. If you don't stop, then I'm going to have to go ahead and ban you, because you are now officially have become essentially a distraction in the chat room. Exactly, like Frank says. All right. Still waiting to get short up here. So yeah, basically a 10-point risk. I am looking to try to catch a top here, which I realize, Clay, that's kind of silly. Fair enough. I'm factoring in the silliness via the position size and the contract type. So even if I'm wrong, not going to cost me a whole lot. But if I am right and this thing kind of rolls back over, that could be a nice trade. We want to talk trading, not about his lack of... Yeah, no, exactly, Drew. That's why I'm done. I gave the warning, and it is what it is at this point. Yeah, Chris. Yep, I hear you, and that's what I mean. It's just not going well for the chat. So I gave him my 2 cents, gave him the warning. I want to try to be as fair as possible. So the ball's in his court. Hey, Kelvin. Good morning. Elias, is it possible to have automated subtitles for non-native English speakers? That is a very good question, and I don't have the answer to that. Does Volt? Cheers from Mexico City. Adios, mi amigo. ¿Cómo estás? So the daily drawdown for 150K pro account is 1,500. No. Nope. There is no daily drawdown. The drawdown is 4,500 for the 150K account. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line. I think it's served its purpose for now. So we do have a bit of a bull flag here taking shape. What if I get up to 165? Wouldn't it be once? Well, yeah, the trailing drawdown stops following you once you hit your buffer. But yeah, I have no idea where you got that $1,500 number from. The one, it's all right here. It's all right here, my friend. Come on, Kelvin. Come on. Right here, 150K drawdown, 4,500. For those of you that are maybe new to this stuff, that just means that's the amount you're allowed to lose before they would take the account away from you. And no, it's not a scam. Wait a second. So you pay $252, but they're going to let you lose $4,500 of their own money. During the test phase, it is all in a simulator. So good eye on your part to think, that seems a little scammy. How is that possible? How is that profitable? Well, that's why, because it's test phase is within a simulator. SM, so yesterday after getting my 150K account, I messed up. I messed around to get the hang of the new platform and made 160. This morning I made 1290. Well, that's good. Very good. Remind me, SM, is this your first time ever trading futures? I can't remember. Is this your first time ever day trading futures, SM? Mine's got stopped at the... Yes, okay. Follow-up question. So you are new to Pam's plant. What did you trade beforehand, SM? What did you day trade before moving into Pam's plant? And Pam's plant, just right here, is simply an argument for day trading futures through a prop firm. So that's what Pam's plan is that I'm referring to right now as I speak. You traded stocks for 7 years. Okay, so what are your thoughts as somebody that was a day trader of stocks for 7 years? You've just tried day trading futures. What are your thoughts? What do you think about futures relative to their movement to stocks? Coach, he said that was his last one on the topic, so I'll take him at his word. Usually prop firms make their drawdown equal to your unrealized. Yeah, I mean it depends on what prop firm. They all have their different little rule in that sense. Clay, when did you start your website? 2013. Doing penny. Yes, I started off in penny stocks. Just realized I have a login. Seems like a long time ago. So you signed up previously, apparently. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you signed up for, I do offer a lifetime membership. So it's very possible that you joined the site like 10 years ago and that you could still access it because, again, I do offer a lifetime membership. Only traded 3 contracts today, and wow, they move so fast. Yeah, like I said, movement. The more you trade, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm glad I'm done with the stocks. No, Andrew, I prefer you don't do that because I don't know what that means. Like, I don't want this live stream to be spammed around, or else everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that live stream's a scam," because this dude is like spamming it. So please don't even do that. I'm not asking you to do anything because I do not know what method you're gonna go to do that. So please, I appreciate it, but no thanks. You know what, Bruce? Thank you. Probably cancel the order. I agree. I'm gonna get that order out of there. Truly wish I did this years ago. All right, we have our newest convert. Is there a way I could do like confetti in the chat box? That'd be cool. Our newest convert. There we go. Pam's Plant. Pam's Plant remains undefeated. We have our newest convert. Right here. Somebody that was day trading stocks for the past 7 years. They just tried Pam's Plant, which is, again, is an argument to day trade futures through a prop firm. That's what SMN's doing. And he said, and I quote, truly wish I did this years ago. I know what you mean, SM. I'm in the same boat. I wish I would have switched over as a former day trader of stocks and options a long time ago, too. I'm with you there. I hear you. But it's good to have you fondly in the world of day trading futures. So we are at 100%. Since I started a live stream about 2.5 months ago, we've had many people come, mostly so far options day traders. And I'm emphasizing day trading very specifically because Pam's Plant is an argument for day trading. But we've had many options day traders give Pam's Plant a try and come back and say, wow, this is way better. And now we have a stock trader of 7 years coming back and saying, I wish I would have made the jump years ago. And none of these people are being paid by me to say that. It just so happens that Pam's Plant is actually a good idea. Not that I came up with, not that I discovered anything. I just have kind of organized why it's a good idea. And, you know, like I said, nobody has been able to argue with it. My claim is this, Pam's Plant's claim is this: if you are day trading stocks, options, Forex, or crypto, you are wasting your time and you are being very inefficient with your strategy, and you are taking on more risk than you actually need to. Those are the claims. So please don't say, well, I trade stocks and I made this amount. I didn't say you can't make money doing those other things. But what I'm saying and what I can prove to you mathematically is you're being inefficient. So it's not a problem of not working. Yeah, you can make money, but you're not doing it as efficient as possible. And I think that, at least for me, I try to do things as efficiently as possible, right? I think we've all heard of the saying, work smarter, not harder. I would prefer to work as smart as possible, and that's what Pam's Plant allows. Just hit the confetti. Where's that confetti? How do I do that? Just learning how to trade stocks from you. Yeah, I would say you're learning how to use charts. And I nitpick that because when you use charts, you can day trade stocks, you can swing trade stocks, you can day trade futures, you can swing trade Forex. Charts are powerful. All right. So I'm going to take a poll because I am completely torn and I don't know. So and I would just ask before I do this poll, when you see Andrew here, if you're like, who's Andrew? Then please don't vote but I am conflicted. There we go. Should I ban Andrew now as he continues to talk about stuff? Again, if you don't know who Andrew is, don't worry about it. But I want to keep this fair, and get what? 13 votes. 16 votes. Not even close. Okay. So, Andrew, that tells me that you are actually a hindrance here. You are distracting the chat. It's not. All right. My friend, I gave you plenty of opportunities. Plenty of opportunities. And now I know he's going to blow up my email, but at least you guys don't have to deal with that. But here come the million emails. All right, there we go. Andrew is gone. Thank you for the feedback there. How many contracts do you trade with on your main account? Oh, it depends. And it also depends on the type of contract. If I'm doing NQ, it's going to be way less than MNQ. He will come with one of his other $199. Oh, Jim. Okay, Jim. So Jim's like a real life friend. Not that I don't think any of you, the rest of you, want to give it to me straight, but you think that was the right call, Jim? All right, I should probably be going long here, right? Where's my, yeah. Okay, got one long. Here we go, take out that scalp. Again, started with one because I was willing to get some more, but I wanted flexibility. But the problem is if you choose flexibility and you're correct right from the start, well then yeah, you're not going to make as much money had you just gone all in. And when I say all in, I don't mean like your entire account, but just, so in other words, if I know in the back of my mind that I'm willing to buy up to 5, well, if you start at 5, you've lost flexibility because you're at 5. But if the price goes in your favor right away, well, then you're going to make a good amount because you were at 5 right from the get-go. But in this situation, I chose 1, meaning I have flexibility because I can add 4 more, right? But in this situation, because it went in my favor right away, well, I didn't make that much. So there's always trade-offs in the market. If you want to choose to, start off at max position size, there's nothing wrong with that per se. You just have to understand you have zero flexibility now in the trade. But if you're like, I'd be comfortable at 5 and you start at 1, okay, now you have flexibility within the trade. But what do you lose? Well, you lose the opportunity if you're correct from the beginning to make good solid money. So hopefully that makes sense. Can you DCA with TPT in a pro account? Yup, Nick. Come on over, boy. Come on over, boy. Bring your thumb trade over there, boy. What is Pam's? Is it the? No. This is Pam's plant. I'm not gonna leave it up. It's just an argument as to why. So let me ask you this: do you have $25,000 in your, that you can trade? So that's what Pam's plan is. It's an overall argument for day trading futures through a prop firm. So wait, what? How much money do you have? And I know that's personal, but it's relevant. Do you have $25,000? And second question, do you want to be a day trader? Are you wanting to day trade? Oh boy. I do not copy trade yet. That's within the goals, but I'm not rushing anything. But yeah, I'd like to get to the copy trading point. Okay, so I could build and then just put a hard stop down there. Yeah, we'll see. This is getting a little more violent than what I was thinking would happen. So this is a pretty... Hey, we're doing great on likes. Only 35 away from already getting to 100. So if you're new around here, I always go at least 2 hours. But if I'm going to go beyond 2 hours, I always say, well, let's make sure people are interested. And I'm defining quote-unquote interested as having 100 likes within that 2-hour mark. So if you are enjoying yourself, you are interested, you want the party to go longer, and you have not used your like, please hit that like button. And like I said, that'll ensure that the party keeps on moving. Hey, wait, what? Are you still here? Man, people asking questions and then they just bail right away. It's crazy. I don't understand the live stream space. And, okay. Oh, thank you, Frank. I'll have to look at that later. Come on, wait, what? I was about to help you out, and then you bail. Come on, man. Same with that other guy earlier. I was about to give him. I was like, hey, man, so are you swing trading because you can't be a day trader because of the pattern day trader rule? Yeah. I'm like, all right, so let me tell you, are you still here? And then he's just gone. People got to stick around. You're losing out on legitimate opportunities. Clay, I'm retired and don't want to risk my own money. My goal would be to earn $200 to $300 a week. Would a prop firm be a match for? Well, yeah. If you don't want to risk your own, well, you are still risking your own money in a prop firm. It's just at a much less amount. So you cannot get away. Oh, that's the printer. You cannot get away from like having $0 risk. With Pam's plant, with a prop firm, you just have a lot less risk. And yes, in the world of futures, again, nothing's guaranteed. I'm not saying anything is easy. That I'm just saying if you want to make $200 to $300 a week within the world of futures, that is reasonable. Again, I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen, but you are not being unreasonable at all with that. Are you serious? Next time, don't do that. Wait, maybe oh, never mind. I can still ban him. I thought because you deleted his message, I couldn't get him. Hide user. There we go. I was going to say, how come I haven't gotten any emails from him yet? But that's why. Man, this is getting a little creepy at this point. Yeah, no, that's fine, Paul. I was just going to say, I thought when you deleted his message, like, it would delete the entire thing, so I wouldn't be able to ban him, but his name was still there to ban. I don't know, this is getting a little weird. Well, very, very nice bounce. I mean, hindsight trader to me is like, well, why don't you buy? Now, the orange line right there represents the close from the previous session. Should have just bought right there. Stop loss below the 200. That would have been beautiful. All right, Judd. I don't. If you did reply to me in the chat room, I missed it. But what are your thoughts so far? And Judd is a friend. I've met him in person. He's a good guy. Yeah, very successful in life. And he just moved finally into trying futures from out of day trading options. So what are your thoughts on futures? No theta, loving it so far. Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing to remember if you're an options day trader and you're like, what do you mean this guy's saying I'm wasting my time? I'm not doing things efficiently by day trading options. Theta would be the key point in that argument. You're definitely not being efficient if you have to deal with theta. And if you're a day trader of options and you don't understand, like, wait, what's theta? Why wouldn't that make things efficient? Then you definitely should not be day trading options. If you either don't know what theta is or can't connect the dots between the statement of how theta would make your strategy inefficient or not as efficient as it could be. Well, how efficient could it be? Well, if we can just get rid of theta, then by definition, it just got more efficient. And that's what futures allow you to do. So yeah, that's really the biggest, I think the easiest way to just share with an options day trader how they're wasting their time, they're not being efficient, is why are you choosing to deal with theta? You know there's another way to not deal with theta, and that's what Judd just pointed out. No theta, loving it so far. Very good, Judd. I'm glad you decided to at least give it a try. Is this a long here? What would that be? 8. Yeah, I'll do that. No, now it's heading back up. BKLN, you're welcome. I guess I could just get in long here and a stop right below, or is it going to go right below? Nope. What we're going to do is this. I'm watching the 5-minute. I'm glad I checked the 5-minute. We're almost at that low right here. So 295 is basically the support from right there, and it would be just a miniature fake break of the 50. So I'm gonna go there and then stop loss down. Okay, there we go. 10-point risk. There we go. So entry point is at, what did I say, 95. Buy, and then I stop loss needs to be down below there, which is, yeah, 80. So yeah, actually, I can even do less than a 10-point risk. There we go. Sell stop. So there is the trade plan right there. If it wants to come down here and fill me and give me a bounce, fantastic. If it's coming down here and just going to, that's okay. I would have been stopped out right there. So the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Name the quote. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Who said that? History quiz. No, I don't think it was Nixon. I don't think it was Nixon. I guess I could be wrong. I was not thinking it was Nixon. No, I use Take Profit Trader. It was not Willy Wonka. It was not Willy Wonka. It probably was Michael Scott, actually. Let me double check. Because we got a couple of answers, and I see the answers. I'm like, that actually might be. The only thing I thought it. Brutally honest, no. I thought it was FDR, but now I'm thinking it might be Winston Churchill, but I don't know. So maybe technically, okay, the only thing we have to, there we go. Okay, Franklin Roosevelt. FDR. So I kind of knew that because I started to doubt myself, thinking it was Winston Churchill. What's Winston Churchill's famous line? He's in that speech. What's a Winston Churchill line? He's got some good ones too, I think, when he was giving those speeches. We have any history buffs in here? I'm wondering if this is really the long right here. I could do that again. Just try the orange line, stop down here. And then I'm kind of up above this congestion point. I don't know. Hey, we're doing great on the likes. We're almost at 100. And it's not even the 2-hour mark. So if you have not yet, hit that like. Hit the like button. Let's get this up to 100 so that we can ensure that the stream will continue. I guess this could be a short right here if I think it comes back down. Yeah, it's a very minimal risk. All right, I am short. Let's see if this thing wants to give me some red so I can start to bring down the stop loss. So I'm not looking to scalp here because, I technically speaking, I could have had a green trade on that one because it did go green for me. But like I said, I'm looking for a little bit more. Sorry, I wasn't here. I want to do day trade and only have 5. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I got good news for you. Wait, what? I got very good news for you. That is plenty of money to be a day trader. The thing is, you just won't be doing stocks, and I'll explain why that is. But wait, what? I got some good news for you, especially if you have $5,000. Come on now, come down. Let me move my stop loss down. I'm not caught up to live. Huh? Oh. He's watching it on delay. Not looking so hot here. Churchill, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what? No. All right, out on that one. So again, I chose wrong, right? If I had chosen a scalp like I'd been doing, that was a winning trade. But I was like, no, I think this thing could come back down. But because I wanted to let it work for me, losing trade. Now, does that mean that scalping is the right thing to do every single time? Absolutely not, because there have been moments where I've scalped and been like, why did I scalp, man? I left a lot on the table. But that was one of those where it just didn't work out. I don't know. I thought there were some like iconic Winston Churchill lines, but maybe not. So wait, what? You want to be it? So you have $5,000, which is fantastic, but you would not be able to be a day trader in stocks because there's something called the pattern day trading rule, which states that you must have $25,000. And if you don't have $25,000, you're only allowed 3 day trades every 5 days. A day trade being defined as buying and selling in the same day. So you can only do that 3 times every 5 rolling days, which is bonkers, which is why you're not going to be a day trader. But in the world of futures, and this is where Pam's plant, so this is, where it's a automatic winner for you. In the world of futures right here, the PDT rule, yeah, there is none. No pattern day trading rule. So right there, in and of itself, you can day trade as much as you want. And you just said that you want to be a day trader, and that's what futures will allow you to do. Now, you'd also want to do futures through a prop firm. And on the prop firm note, you said you have $5,000. So you could go and get $150,000 in purchasing power for $252. So right there, you're only losing a little, very minimum of your money. And I'm giving just a crash course, but you would first need to pass the test. And then when you go from the test into the pro, in this column right here is where you begin. When you make money, you start to get to keep it. So that's the crash course in Pam's plant, the benefits of day trading futures through a prop firm. And the prop firm that I use and recommend is, linked at the page, or the link is at the top, and it's also pinned in the chat box. But yes, having $5,000, you can have plenty of wiggle room because you could buy yourself multiple prop firm accounts with $5,000. So you are in a good spot. But definitely don't go take that $5,000 and start to put that all in your account, because if you do that outside of a prop firm, one trade, poof, you could lose it all just like that, or lose a massive chunk of it. But in the prop firm, sure, you may lose the account, you'll fail the test, but the amount you actually lose out of your pocket is just the cost of the account in the first place. I'm done. That's him again? Holy smokes. Success is not final failures. All right. None of these quotes. I don't know. I thought Winston Churchill had some better quotes than that. Yeah, Force Fed, it's getting a little creepy. I got to be honest, this is getting a little weird. All right, so here's, again, am I cray-cray? Let me cook, though. Tell me if my recipe doesn't make any sense, if I add too much salt or spice. So is the short there, and then stop loss, up around here somewhere? Or do you just short right at the trend line, stop above there? I don't know. Is that too much spice? And I need to make, I want to make sure everybody understands the context of my day. I can maybe get a little bit more spicy with my trades because I'm taking very, very minimal risk and I have a whole lot of wiggle room on the day. So just keep that in mind. Yeah? Oh, you got it? Okay. Okay, Drew, that might be one. Drew P, that is. If you're going through hell, keep going. Yeah, maybe. Okay, all right. That's a good one. Well, you technically have a month of familiar self, but you'd have to pay again. You need to pass a test within the first 30 days to not pay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. So with Take Profit Trader, yes, you see this per month, but this is only during the test phase. You can take as long as you want during the test phase, but I tell people you don't want to rush. And again, because futures move and they can move very quickly, it's more than reasonable to be able to pass within 1 month. So I say you don't have to rush, but get the test passed within 1 month so that you don't have to pay this fee again. Because once you move from the test into the pro, once you're in the pro, the monthly fee is right here, $0. There is no monthly fee. So that is why I say, again, don't rush, but try, get the test passed within that first month and then, kick the monthly fee to the curb. Are you sponsored by them? I am not. Nope, I'm just a user. That is an affiliate link. So if you want to support the channel, you can use that. But no, I'm not sponsored by them. Maybe I should try to get a sponsorship. but I use them. I've been paid by them. Many members of my community have been paid by them. They have a great payment policy. Their rule book is not an encyclopedia. But no, I do not have a sponsorship with them. Can you get me one? Can you get me one, Cool Kids Club? Can you get me one? Are you offering, Cool Kids Club? Are you offering to get me a sponsorship with them? I'll take it. They're a great company. I'll take it. Tell me what I got to do. I got 6 kids. Do I have to sell a couple of them off? I'll do it. That was a joke. That was a joke. I said a couple kids. I'd only do one. I was just joking around. Let's all calm down. Let's all calm down. Everybody relax. We are at the line. I'm not buying that. That's too scary. This thing has gone from here up to here with basically no pullbacks. So I'm going to have to pass on buying that breakout. For beginners, what would be the best way to start in the big 2025? Question number 1, are you wanting to day trade? Question number 2, do you have $25,000? I know that's kind of personal, but it's relevant. Do you want to day trade? Be a day trader? And then do you have $25,000? Knocking on the door. Oh, also thing to keep in mind, not only is it the trend line, but on, come on now. But on the 5 minute, it's also doing battle right there with that pink line, which is the famous 200 period moving average. And you can see basically 3 times now, rejected, rejected, a couple more. So that's not to say that that trend line cannot be broken here on the 2 minute. I'm just saying it kind of makes sense why that trend line is struggling. But like I said, I had no interest in buying that because, like I said, basically straight up, 0 pullbacks. Not really what I'm looking for. Yes, I would want to day trade. I don't got 25. Okay, so if you want to day trade, then go with futures because in the world of stocks and options, if you don't have $25,000, there's something called the pattern day trader rule, which prevents you from being able to day trade as much as you want every single day. But that rule does not exist within the world of futures. So that is why you would want to do futures, and then I'd say go with a prop firm, because a prop firm is going to be a way for you to protect your capital, because you're going to do dumb things as a beginner. I still do dumb things, and I'm not a beginner. But the prop firm has built-in risk control, risk management, and that's a good thing. Yeah, you don't need $25,000 for futures. Nope, just stocks and options. Do you trade on the one? This right here is a 2 minute, but I'm also looking at other time frames off my monitor. But yes, what I'm showing you here, this is a 2 minute. Done for the week. Have a wonderful weekend with your family. Hey, thanks, Elon. Hopefully you had a good week. It's trying to push up through. That's what I like this. Hindsight will be my judge. Right now, I'm saying, no, I don't feel comfortable. But in 5 minutes from now, I'm either going to look kind of smart or I'm going to look kind of stupid. But hey, what are you going to do when you put yourself out there? Like I said, I'm not very comfortable with it, but hindsight shall be my judge. So yeah, Cool Kids Club. And if you want to do the prop firm that I would recommend for beginners, because they're very straightforward, the rules are very clean cut, would be what you see at the top of the screen there. And if you want to support the live stream, get the current promotion, code Clay. Do you have a course on how to... Yeah, I do offer this. Before people freak out, oh, now you're trying to sell your course. Somebody asked, okay? So let's just all calm down. Let's all calm down. To all of you that get offended, if somebody's, just calm down. Calm down, he asked. There you go. That's what I have to offer. If you want to learn from me, from knowing nothing to then being able to build trade plans, to put multiple pieces together to make sure you're doing things rationally within the market. Hey, Ross, good to see you. Well, now I'm starting to, I'm softening my position because finally this is at least consolidated out. Here, there was no consolidation. It was just straight up and it got rejected. But now, to be fair, like I said, I'm still not interested, but it's at least gone sideways here and consolidated out a little bit. So it now seems a little bit more reasonable that if it can break, then yeah, I could see it getting more, pressure. But I'm still not interested. However, if there are people now saying, "Hey, I'm getting interested," I see what they're saying, because at least it's gone sideways. At least it's done a little bit of consolidating. Got to run. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate the help in here. Added one today and closed both at 600. Fantastic. Good job, Frank. Like I said, hindsight will be my judge. What do you usually trade? I trade, and the nice thing about futures is you're going to trade the same thing every day. I trade MNQ, which is what I would recommend you start with, and then also the NQ. And that's it. I don't use scanners. I don't pay for scanners. I don't waste my time scanning, because the nice thing about futures, and that is right here, part of Pam's plan, is just stop scanning. Save time. Some scanners charge you money, but you don't have to do either of those things, because, again, with futures, you know what you're going to trade every day, because every day the same thing gives multiple opportunities every single day. So, but yes, what I trade is just the MNQ and NQ, and that's it. That's it. Without seeing the indicator, I feel like this is sitting for a thumb trade. Not quite. Not quite. But you're close. Is anybody long here? Again, we're at kind of like, is it going to go? Is it not? We're at a key territory. But right here, this is where it was looking like it wanted to go to before it just rolled right back over. Like I said, that's why I'm passing on it. But we'll have a better answer here in probably 5-10 minutes. Hindsight is the judge. Hey, we're 13 away from 100. So if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. We're going for 100 to keep the party going. So if you are enjoying and you have not used your like, please hit that like button. And also, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button too. Subscribe, turn on notifications. I mean, this is better than any Hollywood movie. I'm sorry, but this is way better. Do we get the breakout? I mean, you cannot build any better drama than this right now. This is good stuff. There we go. 95 likes. Here we go. Do we have more momentum and push up to 100? Let's see what happens. But this, like I said, tell me a Hollywood movie that's better than this action right here. I mean, there is money on the line. Not for me, because like I said, I'm passing. I definitely don't feel comfortable enough to short it right here. But I don't want to go long either. But like I said, in about 4 to 7 minutes, I'm gonna say I'm either gonna look really smart or really stupid. But when you're trading, the adrenaline pumps. Well, in my opinion, something's wrong if adrenaline is pumping while you trade. Something is wrong, because you should be able to trade with a cool, calm, collected, rational mind. Usually, if the adrenaline is pumping, it's probably because you have too much position. Your position size is too big. Not all the time, but that would be a sign that something's wrong. And the thing that's wrong, probably your position size. So yes, my goal is to not have adrenaline pumping through my veins. I don't want beads of sweat as soon as I enter a trade, because that is a sign that, like I said, there's something off within your trading. But if you can sit there and be totally cool, calm, collected, that's a good sign. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, if you're just an adrenaline junkie and you just want to be a degenerate gambler, the market's great for that. I mean, save yourself the plane ticket to Las Vegas. Just, you can give yourself some adrenaline. That surge, that's for sure. Elusive Lens. Hey, Clay, I finally climbed over my 3,000. Elusive Lens, is this your first test? Is this your first ever account? BK Lynn. Thank you. Yeah. I've it comes from years of stupidity. Now, I don't know. If people are long, did that move down stop them out? Maybe. I mean, it did stay above the 50 period moving average. It is still above VWAP. So I'm not willing to say that had I bought the breakout there that I'd be stopped out per se. But at some point, you got to admit, all right, where would the longs be stopping out that bought that breakout right here? Emmanuel stopped. Hey, good try, Emmanuel. You tried. Good job honoring your stop. Good job being disciplined. Hey, 100 likes already. That's a new record. New record. This is a great crowd. I did burn 2 last week. Man, passing on your third? That's respectable. Good job, Elusive. On day what? What day is this of your test? Wow, what a recovery that was. Oh boy, man, Emmanuel. That is a bummer. Right off of that level. Wow. Well, is there news? No, it's random time. Well, that was quite the turnaround. Emmanuel, yeah, be careful, man. Don't go on tilt. This is like a recipe for tilt for your where you're at right now mentally. That's frustrating, man. I've been there. So I'm telling you, you're on tilt watch right now. Good, yeah, no FOMO, no FOMO. Nathan was 100th like. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. But you are on FOMO watch right now. That's a nasty situation. I've been there, my friend. But if you need to go take a walk. How long did it take for you to become a profitable trader? Not overnight. And I was having a discussion a couple days ago. There's, at least in my experience, if you have a different experience, I mean, feel free to share it. Feel free to disagree. But it's not like you look back as a trader and be like, the year was 1997. It was a Monday. It was rainy outside. And I looked down and you know what? I was profitable. It finally just clicked. For me, it didn't quite work like that. So I always tell people, definitely, it's not happening overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. Some people, it can happen within a year. I've had a couple members. I don't know if Austin's still here, but some people pick it up quicker than others. But it's certainly what I can say. It's not happening overnight. It's not happening next week. It's not, well, I'm going to quit my day job and I'm going to give myself 3 months. No, that's not going to work either. But like, again, from my experience, was there like an exact moment in time? No, it's kind of just like, oh, okay. You kind of find a groove, stuff like that. I lost almost 100 on my first trade. It was Friday. I decided to go out and have dinner. Yeah, so Ross, being somebody that was day trade. Okay, we have another person that's trying Pam's plant. Ross in Thailand. You were day trading stocks. You have now moved and have tried futures. What are your thoughts about day trading? What are your thoughts about how futures move relative to stocks? Pam's plant paid 130 for 50K eval, passed got 6 payout days in a row, totally 9. That's amazing. Blew up yesterday. Man, that's awesome. So yeah, that is the power of Pam's plant, what Nathan just described right there. This is just sloppy. Sloppy Joe. And again, this should not be shocking. Why is the price getting so sloppy on the 2-minute here at that trend line? Well, as I pointed out already, remember where that 200 period is. It's sitting right there. That's why the price is struggling. It just keeps bumping its head on that very famous, very well-known 200 period moving average. So that's why multiple time frames are very, very important, because it can help bring sense to things. Now, to be fair, this kind of already makes sense. You have that trend line here, but now you have a double whammy of resistance. Again, you have the trend line as whammy number 1 on the 2-minute, and then on the 5-minute, as I just showed, whammy number 2 is that 200 period moving average right there. So you got to think though that if this thing does finally break, it could have some rocket fuel in it. If it can break, I think that's a pretty big if. In fact, so much so now, do I maybe buy the breakout? I might, yeah. At this point, I might be interested in buying a breakout. This thing is consolidated enough, so this could be an interesting breakout of the 380 with a target. Potentially, does it push up to that 400 mark? So I don't know, maybe risk 10 points to go for 20. So yeah, it'd have to be a breakout or go. So that stop loss would kind of be random. So 80, and if I do 70 right there, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do a breakout or go. I'll risk 10 points and try to get 20. So buy right there, and then my stop will be, so not the most logical stop, but it is logical just from the sense of my thesis is if it breaks those highs, it's going to get moving, and I'm going to go for 20 points. So I'll risk 10 points to try to go for 20 points. But again, it's got to push up. It's got to get to that green line first. because that green line would put it in breakout territory. But I'm not willing to buy unless it gets up through there. Yeah, but I mean, do you like how it moves though, Ross? That's what I'm asking. Like, I would argue futures move so much smoother. Gains add up, and it's just easier to calculate things. So that's kind of more the angle I was asking from. Oh, wait, I guess I can put this. So 80, so there is my profit target. So just got to wait to see if I get filled. So right there will be, so again, I'm risking 10 points to gain 20, because if I'm right and if that breakout can get moving, I'd like to go for 20 points on it. I expect to fail a few more. Yeah, no, yeah. Prop firm strategy, like blowing up accounts, that's part of it. But because your risk is so small, because your risk is only the cost of the account, yeah, that's just totally part of it. No, I do not look at the market imbalance. All right, we are waiting. Are we going to get some sort of explosive breakout? Like I said, maybe I should be buying right now, but that's a little bit too speculative because at the same time, it seems like it could go the other direction too. But if it does want to push up to that green line, we'll see. So this is just a breakout or get out. If it hits there, that's a break. I'll give it 10 points of wiggle room. The charts are so much more simpler for anyone who has, yeah, exactly. Yep. That's what, okay, here we go. I got to be paying attention because I have to manually put in the stop. Okay. Let's see what happens. Again, I have my cursor on the sell stop, which will allow me to put in the stop as soon as I get filled. So risking 10 points, going for 20. Thesis being if it can break through this congestion, we could find some momentum. Okay, I'm in. We'll see what happens. Come on. Come on, you just cleared out all those sellers. Let's go. You know, I'll let it work, but there we go. Come on. Come on, squeeze. There's got to be some shorts in there. Take out their stops. Let's go. Come on. Judd is in too. I mean, beautiful on the 5-minute. Check it out. It's broken up through the 200 period on the 5-minute through the trend line. So this is a very valid trade on my end. It's just a question of, is there going to be enough momentum? So do I just wait for this? I'm sorry, Elusive. I think I missed. What day are you on right now? No, do not keep trading. Do not keep trading. If you are above your profit target, do not keep trading for today at least. But that's why I'm trying to ask, or what day are you on right now? Okay, so for the next 2 days, you're going to have to do a flip day, which means you'll just want to do one micro MNQ, and you're just want to buy and sell with as quick as you can. So you'll either lose a couple days or lose a couple dollars, make a couple dollars. So you need to do that over the next 2 days. So again, one scalp or one flip. So what in prop firm lingo, that's a flip day. So again, you're going to want to just come here, one MNQ, buy market, sell market as fast as you can do it. Buy, sell. And then there you go. That will be the only trade that you take. Be sure to flip MNQ, not NQ. Yes, yes. And be sure to do that too. Be good to keep mentioning the ticker you're in. What stock are you on? This is not a stock. I'm trading futures. I'm trading futures. I don't day trading stocks is a waste of time. An utter waste of time, and it's not efficient. And this is coming from someone that's day traded stocks and options for a very long time. But I can tell you, day trading futures, way better. I'm kind of disappointed. I'll let it work, but if I'm being honest, I thought once that would break, it would get moving, and it still may move. But yeah, I misread that part of it for sure. I thought it'd be a little bit more of a upside pressure. So I still think I got a chance in the trade, but I'm not feeling great, and I'm definitely not feeling great about it. All right, wow. Came very close to my stop. Nice recovery. So I'm feeling better now, but we'll see if this is just toying with my emotions or not. Exactly. Hold. Oh, there you go. Hold. 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 No. This is a spear. Name the movie. There's our movie trivia for the day. Name the movie. Again, this is a spear. Name the movie. If you don't get this movie, as far as I'm concerned, you are a communist. Come on, what is it? No, not holding me. Nope. I might have to bring up the clip. Hold. 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 No. And then again, this is a spear. Nobody knows this? What kind of... I did not know I had a bunch of communists part of my channel. This is amazing. All right, there we go. Finally. There we go. All right, it's not filled with communists. Whew. There, all right. I was so worried. Okay, come on, come on. All right, I do need to get my stop up to here now. So this will be a winning trade now, no matter what. It's just a question of will I get 20 points on it. All right, no, it's not Gladiator. It is Braveheart. So again, this will be a winning trade no matter what. Now it's just a question of am I going to get my full 20 points or not? Oh, come on. You were so close. You're so close, Cletus. Help hit my daily target. All right, good job. Oh, you dirty rat. So it was a winning trade, but I did not... Whoa, 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 whoa. Cancel it out, Clay. That's what I mean. See how easy it is to forget about the trade? So come up here. For those of you that use Tradovate, learn to love that button right there. Because when you click it, it'll cancel all orders that are available out there for you. Oh, man. How close did it actually get? Still about 4 points away, which is close, but not quite close enough. But all right, well, we tried. We tried. Ultimately, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. But yes, that comes from the movie Braveheart. Some of you need an education. Like I did not. A lot of you are should I pull up Zillow and we can do some house searching in North Korea or China or Cuba for some of you? Unbelievable. What are we doing with our lives, folks? Hold, hold, hold. Hold! Have you not seen this movie? You're making such poor life decisions. Look at this! Let's go! Oh my goodness. All right, I'm watching Braveheart tonight. I'm watching Braveheart tonight. Holy, if you have not seen that movie, okay, my wife is going to be like, Clay, calm down, honey. I'm sorry. The adrenaline took over. That was not me. That was an out-of-body experience. If you have not seen... Uh-oh, did I just get banned? Warning, heads up. We've detected... How are you so smart? Belonging to somebody else. Okay, yep. Guilty, sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Man, that's crazy. How did they detect that so quick? Sorry. Man. Whew. That's some good stuff there. Sadly, if it's not on TikTok, I mean, and I like all kidding aside, Braveheart, if you have not seen it, like that is a genuine poor life decision. Like go, like you have a homework assignment. If you're looking for a date night idea, Said, hey, baby cakes. Some beautiful man on the internet who goes by Clay Trader said, I got to show you. He said, we got to watch Braveheart tonight. That's what you tell him, okay? Even if, yeah, and that's what you're going to say. You know? Oh, man. Did it go up and hit that finally? I did, yeah. I guess in hindsight, I got a little too tight with the stop, but good old hindsight. Yeah, heads up, I got you. Yeah, it's not, the video's not there anymore. YouTube keeps giving me warnings. Yeah, we're good. It's gone. It's gone. It's totally gone. If you've seen Braveheart and you like Braveheart and you have not yet hit the like button, please hit the like button. Hit that like button. Braveheart, that is where it's at, folks. You get that on a big screen. Oh, man, that's got to be one of the most intense parts in all of movie cinema. Man, that was such a good part. Now, an interesting question that I'm considering is potentially buying a pullback. Back test and go. Because right now the back test would be that trend line and it's the 200 period moving average. Yes, exactly, KZ. If you need dating advice, I'm your man. If you need ideas for dates, I'm your man. What? Yes, I know. Okay, more info. I got it. It keeps telling me. Okay, yes, I'm aware. I stopped it. This is my stuff now. Maybe I'll just leave it up there and it'll stop. I got it. I've been warned. Okay. Calm down, YouTube. Calm down. There are some great Bollywood movies. Man. Nice breakout. Looking like it's not gonna... Is anybody still in this? Did anybody buy the breakout but not move up their stop like I did? Is anybody still in this? I mean, I can see that being the case. Like, I didn't necessarily have to move up the stop. I just decided I wanted to make it a winning trade. But had I not done that, I mean, it's not like there's any sort of nasty pullback. You're still in, Judd? Oh, wait, no. I thought, no, right here you said you're selling at 400. I'm in on 3 micros. You're from where, Chris? Where did you buy? Did you buy where I did down here? I don't even remember where I bought. 80. 80 is where I bought. Oh, nice. Man, good job, Judd. And Judd, I mean, you've already said, but I mean, how nice is it that you don't have to worry about theta, right? Oh my goodness, Judd. And there's no theta eating away at your position, Judd. Oh, Chris got in 2 points ahead of where I did. And Chris is still in? Good job. Well done. Well done. Man. Again, if you were arriving, we sat, we watched the trend line, we talked about it all and said, hey, you know what? I think 80 looks like a good spot. Bought, had to sit through a little bit of this. Got to move up. Unfortunately for me, I moved my stop. I moved my stop into just territory to make sure it was a winning trade. And then I got stopped out. And then it just turned, wow. What time is it? Is there news or something? Okay, wait, what? So what you're going to want to do with Pam's plant is this. First thing, when you go to Take Profit Trader, you'll pick out what purchasing power, a size account you want. You'll pick that. And then during the checkout phase, you're going to ask you, well, what platform do you want to use? The platform that I'm using and that you see here, and is very popular out there, is called Tradeovate. So you want to select that during the checkout process. And then here's the key, and this is very nice. Take Profit Trader will sign up Tradeovate for you. So you do not have to go to Tradeovate separately, go through the big sign up process and all. You don't have to do any of that. Take Profit Trader will do it for you. They'll send you the username and password, and then you can just log into Tradeovate and you can get trading. So that's how that all works. Yes, like SM says right there, super easy process. Yep. So that's what you'll want to do. Pam's plant, Take Profit Trader first. During checkout phase, select Tradeovate. Oh man, I'm a little irritated. I'm not anywhere close to going on tilt, but yeah, that's kind of frustrating. Like I said, that move came up got so close. What? Yeah, that was the move. Got so close to filling me. Then it came back down. Took me out here, up, came down, and then ba-boom. Are you still in, Judd? Yeah, you know, you're right. I needed to let it cook more. That's fair. I thought I was cooking. To be okay, never mind. Now that I think about what am I even talking about? I was going for 20 points. So best I would have gotten is my 20 points. I would have missed out on all this regardless because my trade plan was I was risking 10 points to try to get 20 points. So yeah, I don't. Okay, that makes me feel better. It's like, wait a second, Clay. You're acting like you would have captured all this right here, which I would not have. So all right, that actually helps a lot with that realization. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ross, you and trade review. Thank you so much for binge watching your videos from 8 years from 8 years ago for a few days and trying to learn. All right, well, good. What? Wait, what? Like I said, my structured education is, I think, what I linked you to, or did I link that to somebody else? Anyways, but yeah, if you want to just but do that, and with your $5,000, I mean, in theory, just out of curiosity now, because I'm not a good math person, if you just did, let's just call it, because 50K is pretty popular. So if you wanted to, because they cost $119 with the promotion, $5,000 divided by 119. So you can buy yourself 42 of these. So you could blow up a whole lot of accounts and you'd still be okay. Whereas if you use your own money and that $5,000 in one or two trades, and anybody that's gone on tilt here or has just gotten caught in crazy moves can attest, that $5,000 could be gone just like that. Maybe not in one trade, but a few trades, it could be gone. But with the prop firm model, that $5,000, like I just said, you could blow up an account, and you'd have about 42 chances before you could, move over to the pro account and start making money. So, yeah, $5,000 in the prop firm world can take you far. Coming from Thinkorswim platform, I keep getting mixed up trying to change the screen. Yeah, it takes a while, but SM, you'll eventually get used to it. Oh my goodness, I'm never gonna do that again. Yes, I know. How can I turn off this warning? It keeps popping up, and I keep yes, I really do know that, YouTube. Thank you. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Okay, well, we're not blocked. We're still going. So you don't have to warn that me anymore. I didn't realize I still had an order. In from several hours ago. Bummer. Lost around $200, but still at. All right. Yes, elusive. So your $61 is plenty. So again, you'll just want to do one MNQ and then just buy, sell. And that's it. So $60 is plenty of wiggle room for that. Yeah, so there's, as far as I'm concerned, there's really nothing you can do right now. For just like the 5 minute. I mean, you could go long, but that seems like FOMO. That seems like just chasing the price. And then, are you really want to go short? I mean, this thing is potentially one of these slow and steady grinds, higher and higher. And do you want to get short into that? Maybe we got a thumb trade coming at some point. But even for the thumb trade, this thing's got to come down quite a bit. So yeah, kind of right now is I know some people in the chat right now, they're in. They have. At least I think they're still in. Hey, Nero, good morning. Oh, you're not in anymore, Judd? Chris, are you still in? See, now I'm tempted. Do I try to get short here? 10-point. No, that's just, I'm just going against the grind. Stopped out at 4. Nice, man. Man, that was where did you say you got in? Did you get in right around me, 80? Is that where you got in? I don't know where that came from. That looks like a copy and paste, but I reject statements like that. Imbalance has been created from this move. The market will come back to it and then proceed back up. No. Nothing will happen in the market. That statement makes a guarantee. No, that don't happen. If only it were that easy. Confirmed from hour to 2 minute. No, nothing's been confirmed in the sense that something will happen. So no, I like I said, that sounds like a copy and paste. Wherever you got that from, I'd kick it to the curb. Because ain't nothing will happening. Okay, possibly that changes things up. I just hit my profit target on take profit. Good job. Once I get to the pro count, do I need to cancel my subscription order? They'll email you and, but no, they'll cancel that out. But just follow your email trail, Texas. They'll guide you through it. What size account was it, Texas? Good job. Congrats. You know, the one thing that I will say I did not get right, Andrew has not blown up my email. I thought for sure my email was going to get blown up, but he has not sent a single email. So that's encouraging. The creepiness factor has gone down a little bit. He must be a market. I'm full porting it. Just a 20. What the hey, don't say just a 25. Don't try. What? Come on, man. Well, it's just no, good job. I don't care what size it is. That's irrelevant. Don't demean your results. Good job. Good job. Next time, delete just and put 25K. Own it. Be proud of it. That's fantastic. I wish I have done a 50K. Well, you can always do multiple accounts. So if you want to get another one started, you can. But yeah, don't say just. Don't say just. Because that's great, man. That's fantastic. Good for you. You can make a living on... Yeah, exactly. SM noticed that right away, too. Man, YouTube is getting annoying with this. This warning keeps popping up. And I will say, this thing popped up quick. It figured it... So right here. What is going on? Do I not know how to use this anymore? Or what kind of poor life choice am I using? There we go. All right, this is going to be very anticlimactic for, there we go. So like it keeps popping up. Warning, heads up. Yes, I know. But that thing popped up within like seconds of me doing that video. But it keeps popping up now. Anyways, still worth it. I don't even care. That's how good that scene was. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete that line. It served its purpose, but again, what a breakout. You recommend to do a flip trade? Okay, I'm not going to answer it because I want you to think through it because I think you're going to learn better that way. Why do you think I'm saying to just do a flip trade? If you're already at your profit target, why would you say I'm just saying just do a flip trade? Think about that. Again, I want you to think through it because you're gonna then start to understand prop firms that much better, and it's gonna be a good thing. So just think through that question. What reason do you think I would say, hey, you've already hit the profit target, so just the next couple of days, do a quick flip day? Yeah, thanks, Lance. Thanks for being encouraging. That's what you know. Gary Cortez, I haven't watched you in a while. What state are you in? I am now in Iowa. I was in Michigan, but I am now in Iowa, which is a terrible state. Nobody move here. Mean people, traffic everywhere, poor scenery. It's just a big cornfield. That's all it is. Don't even come. No, yep. Yeah, terrible drivers. It's just, yeah, just stay away from Iowa. I hear California's nice. I hear Florida's nice. I hear Idaho's nice. I hear Denver's nice. I hear Washington, Oregon, beautiful. I hear those are nice spots. How do I set a stop loss on Tradovate? Well, you would click, and then right there, sell. There's the sell stop right there. So you just click on the chart. Yeah, there's no women here. It's just a bunch of dudes. If you have made enough money to pass, you have to trade so many days to fulfill the requirements. Kurt, you have been emailing me. Yeah, I thought I recognized that. Yeah, because you have to go 5 days minimum. And in theory, you could pass in 2 days, but you still have 3 days left. But if you've passed, meaning you've hit the profit target. So if, again, this test phase has to go a minimum of 5 days. So let's just say you hit 3,000 in 2 days, though. Well, you still have 3 days to go. So if you're over 3,000, then just do a quick trade. A quick flip trade, so you're not risking anything. And the flip trade, again, is just get one MNQ, buy, sell, and do that 1 time per day. And then after you get to day 5, they'll say, hey, look, you've traded 5 days and you've passed. Still in, move my stop to 430. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna trade vicariously through Chris here. So his stop right now is at 430. Uh-oh. Maybe I just jinxed him. Come on, don't go down there. Let Chris make some more money. Yeah, it's turned into a JGL, just go long type move. I don't know if the day is that yet, but again, if you are enjoying, smash that like button. 125 is the goal. We're very close to the goal. But if you are enjoying and you have not hit the like, make sure you do that. Let's get up to our goal of 125. Thanks for your crystal clear explanation. Maybe we need you in politics. I don't think I'd last very long in politics. I think I might be a little too crystal clear. The one thing I didn't care for starting this 150K account was during the test phase. I cannot make more than... Yeah, the 50, yeah, that's true, but you're still going to be closer to payout than any other firm. Because some firms out there advertise you can pass in 1 day, but what they don't tell you is, well, yeah, if you pass in 1 day, then you still have another 8 days that you have to trade before you could even have a chance at a payout. But with Take Profit Trader, sure, the test lasts 5 days, but in theory, you could get paid right there on day number 6 once you could do the pro account. Do you know what API limit means? I don't. Where do you even see API limit? Oh, I think Chris just got stopped out. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, SM, just so you know, if you do violate the 50% rule, so 50% rule, because Take Profit Trader doesn't want you to go in YOLO. So whatever the profit target is, you're not allowed to make more than 50% of that in a single day. Only during the test phase. Once you get to the pro account, you can make as much as you want. But during the test phase, if the profit target is 15 or 3,000, then the most you're allowed to make is 50% of that, which would be 1,500. But again, after you move from test to pro, you can make as much money as you want. But again, that is just part of it because they don't want somebody to show up, YOLO, get lucky in one trade and pass and say, see? They're like, well, no, you got to show a little bit more consistency than that. But yes, in theory, you could still, pass in 2 days. It didn't allow me to move my stop loss earlier because of API limit being reached. Oh yeah, I'm not sure on that one. All right, well, yeah, we do have a bit of a bull pennant here. Fair enough. But we are it's quite the extended move, and I think this extended move is probably easier to see on the 5-minute over here. Just one green candle after another. Still waiting for maybe a thumb trade. So maybe that'll be the next trade we try to take is a thumb trade. Still trying to learn the thumb trade. Just learned about it on Tuesday night from one of our members. So we'll see if we can get a thumb trade going or not. I haven't looked at ES in a while. ES pretty strong move too. I think the NQ is a bit stronger. Well, at this point, are we just going to drift and grind up to the overnight high? I don't think it's unreasonable at this point. It seems, of course, there are no guarantees, but I don't know if anybody would be shocked at this point to say, hey, we're just going to slowly and methodically move up to that area. Like I said, I don't think anybody would be shocked if that were to happen. California is beautiful, but the traffic is... No, I hear California is beautiful. There's no traffic. I think they have 0 state income tax. So yes, avoid Iowa. Go to California. Yes, California is beautiful. Beautiful. Very good, Elusive. That's exactly why. And no, they don't penalize you. The only way you would be quote unquote penalized is if you violate the 50% rule. And they wouldn't liquidate your account. They would just adjust your profit target up higher. But yeah, they would not penalize you in the sense of liquidating your account or anything like that. But yes, good. You thought through it exactly. That's exactly why. LA traffic is horrible, but if you live away from the city, traffic is. No, I hear LA traffic. I hear that's an oxymoron. Like I hear LA like there is no traffic in LA. I hear LA is a beautiful city. Stay away from Iowa though. Iowa is traffic everywhere. Everywhere. No, no sarcasm. Do they even have traffic in California? I don't think so. So, Charbel. Take Profit is my favorite prop firm. They're the most straightforward and honest in this business. The only negative is when they move you to pro, you have to face the dreaded... Yeah, and that does go away. So, it does stop following you. But just, got to be a little more aggressive. Move up that stop. Yes, I am trolling. Iowa is actually a beautiful state. Fantastic, love it here, but I don't want too many people to know that because I want it to stay not filled with traffic. Yes, I know. I am being completely sarcastic, people. I am trying to get across the joke that, yeah, don't come to Iowa because I don't want it to be traffic. But yes, everybody, I'm not being serious. I realize that there's a lot of people and a lot of traffic in California. California, yeah, they tax you for everything. I live there. Yeah, taxes in California. It really just goes to show how beautiful the weather in California is. Like the way that they like tax and this and that, and people are like, it's still worth it. I'm going to be here. Really just illustrates how, from a climate standpoint, beautiful California is. I mean, can you imagine? I don't know. Like North Dakota, nothing against North Dakota, never been there. But like, can you imagine North Dakota trying to treat people like with their taxes and this, that, and the other, like California does? I'm pretty sure, like, no, I'm not. I'm not here to dig through blizzards and all this sort of stuff to deal with all this taxes and stuff. But California makes sense. You just dodged tractors and combines in Iowa. Yeah. It was funny. I had a meeting within my first, I don't know, a couple months. Like I had to go meet up with somebody, and I had to text them. I'm like, sorry, I might be a couple minutes late. I'm stuck behind a combine right now in town. And they replied back. They were gracious. They're like, yeah, haha, welcome to Iowa. It's like, okay, I'm glad they're understanding. I had not factored in the possibility of getting stuck behind a combine in town. I still did make it on time by the skin of my teeth, but yeah, that's a very real thing. The food and coast is just that nice there. I still left for Texas, but yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I know people like to rip on California because for a variety of reasons, but I mean, if you're being objective, they do have great weather, and that explains, well, like, I don't get it. How can California charge whatever it is, 11% state tax and this, that? I'm like, because the weather's really nice, and people like sunshine. I love Iowa, but back in my trucking days, it was the worst to drive through because it's boring. We around here say, yeah, I learned that it depends kind of where you're at in Iowa. Like southern Iowa, where we're at, it is not the Iowa that I had, the stereotypical Iowa. Like flat, corn, and that's it. Southern Iowa, don't get me wrong, it's open, there's corn. It's nice and hilly, great suns. It's terrible though. Don't move here. Unless you're one of the cool people in the chat, then yeah, you can come here. We'll hang out. So we're just waiting for something right now. I don't feel comfortable buying. That seems like FOMO. I don't think that shorting is wise. That seems like you're just stepping in front of a slow grind upwards. So just sitting here kind of shooting the breeze, waiting for something to happen. JJ and Andrew moving to Minnesota. Oh boy. Oh boy. Montreal, Canada, weather sucks, and yet they still charge, 55% tax. Wait, but you have free healthcare, right? Or I should say, in Canada, you have free healthcare. I assume that's where the 55% tax is coming from. Because, yeah, that's bonkers. 55%. Yes, again, Canadians have free healthcare, yet this guy is talking about a 55% tax. Gotcha. All right. You can move to Minnesota. I've been to Minnesota once. I remember that being pretty nice. Emmanuel recovered. Good job. T. Wow, just came across this. I never knew Clay trades live. I was trading with other guys. Then your channel popped. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad the algorithm is showing my channel. Yeah, I've been live streaming now for about 2.5 months. Andrew is probably on his way here right now. Oh, boy. Why did you decide to move to Iowa? That's a very in-depth answer. Some of it may borderline on probably not necessarily rule violations, but stir the pot a little bit in certain ways. So I'll just say it made sense for my family and our goals. I'll leave it that way. I don't mean to be shady, but I kind of do mean to be shady because if I really go down it, yeah. 80 degrees now. Arizona is also very nice. Arizona's my sister and her husband. They live in Arizona. Very nice. Visited there for the first time a couple years ago. Did a meetup for the community. So claytrader.com. There is a private community, and I've gone over the country now over the years, meeting up with different people at different locations. And yeah, the most recent one was in Phoenix. Did some Top Golf. Good time. But yes, Arizona. I get it. I'm not quite sure I could. The brown scenery might get a little, but like I said. That's kind of a small nitpick, but overall, I get it. I understand why people like Arizona. I get that. Already hit the like button for you. Thank you for hitting that like. Love Tucson. Wait a month, 100 every day until Halloween. Yeah, that's what okay, we are getting a pullback here. I'll buy the 21 and my stop right below this consolidation area. Whoa, not on the NQ. Oh boy. Nope, not on the NQ. Here we go. All right. Oh, my crosshair is in the... there we go. There we go. Nice little scalp there for daddy. Nice little scalp there for daddy. All right. Where are we at? That all elusive. All that will explain it. Just calm down, elusive. Just relax. One step at a time. One step at a time. You'll get in. They'll explain everything. Just know that. Just be aggressive with your profit taking. Move up your stop. Be aggressive moving your stop. You'll be good to go. Have you ever driven by Buffett's? I have never been to Nebraska, but what's cool about living in Iowa now, so after my wife and I got married, I lived in Kansas City for 3 years. Yeah, I think like 3 years, give or take. And I love Kansas City. Kansas City is like my favorite city I've ever been. Like, I love Kansas City. But now where we live in Iowa, it's like a 3-hour drive, and we can be in Kansas City. So what made me think about that is, and we're like only 2 hours from Omaha. And I hear Omaha is a really cool city. So yeah, we're totally going to go there. Have never been there. But yeah, at some point, I definitely do want to get to Omaha. So this is an instant. Earlier I was talking about I had a losing trade, and then I did that. Well, you know, had I scalped, that would not have been a losing trade. But now I'm on the flip side. I did scalp. It was a winning trade, but I'm sitting here saying, man, I sure left a lot on the table. So like I said, that's just hindsight for you, right? Sometimes you're going to wish you scalped. Other times you're going to wish you didn't scalp. And this is one of those situations. Why are you not using Priceline? I don't know what you mean by why you're not using Priceline. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Nice to see you streaming live. You're definitely one of the OGs of YouTube trader influencers. You were the only one to cover penny stocks back in the day. Yep. I've been around a little bit. I'm kind of grumpy. Get off my lawn. Omaha, Kansas City, St. Louis, pretty close to one another. Yeah. I've been through St. Louis. I've never really, so I can't really comment on that. But I love Kansas City. Love Kansas City. The only reason why we didn't really consider Kansas City is we wanted to still be within basically 8 hours of my parents and my wife's parents. I grew up in Ohio. My wife grew up in Michigan. So Kansas City puts you at like 12 hours. So it's like, okay, little too far. But we found, I mean, like I said, that was one of the reasons why we did not end up. And plus, we wanted the state of Iowa as opposed to Missouri for a couple reasons. But again, we're not going to go down too many rabbit holes. But there is some logic here and there. Never traded prop firms before. Oh boy, how does it work for someone who never traded futures before? What do you trade, T? And are you a day trader? That would be my first. What are you trading? And are you a day trader? And then we'll work from there. Yeah, Davenport. We always go through Davenport, right? Is that what? That's across from Illinois. When you cross over the Mississippi, that's where you go into Davenport, right? I think. Yeah. I'm pretty confident on that. Yeah, I'm in the Des Moines, Iowa area. I'm just gonna say Des Moines, in case there's certain somebody listening that might want to track me down. Some of you know exactly who I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna say I'm in the Des Moines area. Man. See what I mean? The market, like I said. So now you're thinking, okay, Clay, so never scalp. Yeah, I can see that. But remember that trade I had earlier, I chose not to scalp, and it could have been a winning trade, but because I was looking for a bigger move, it turned into a losing trade. Price line on Tradeovate, that you can see the price. Oh, yeah, I guess I can just see the price right here. That sounds like more like a personal preference thing. I don't know. Last trade price. Oh, yeah, that. I mean, I mean, you could do that. To me, that's somewhat distracting. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Like, if you like that, then that's cool. Go for it. Please forgive me, but I am still trying to grasp this platform. What is the earnings or losses for each movement? What are you trading, childlike? What contract are you trading? Day trade, swing trade, all stocks. Yeah. What you're doing, T, with all due respect, doesn't make any sense. It's not efficient because T, let me ask you this. Do you ever go on tilt? Have you ever had a bad day where you break rules, you revenge trade, you FOMO, and then you look back at your day and like, wow, I made a mess. That was really bad. Have you ever had one of those days? Love Davenport. Used to go to the casinos out there all the time. Are you a quant? What do you mean by am I a quant? Flipping. Oh, come on. I have ads set at conservative, Rory. Are they that bad? Do they come up that often? Okay, MNQ. 1 point equals $2. That's how they move. Per contract, childlike. So 1 point equals $2 per contract. So that's how they move. Every point is $2 per contract. So if you have one contract and it moves 10 points, so we got to multiply that by 10. That means that one contract would then be worth $20 to you. If you have one contract. Then if you have two contracts, the math works from there. And then the other question to T. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. You have those bad days. And so let me ask you this, T. When you day trade stocks and swing trade stocks, are you using a chart? Do you use technical analysis to do so? Should just go premium altogether. Well, I don't think ads are that bad, are they, Rory? Like I said, I have this setting set to conservative. Ooh, is this a double top coming? I could have a super tight risk here. I don't know. 5's looking kind of solid. Agreed, Eden. Technical analysis is king. I'm in St. Joe, just north of Kansas City, and love KC as well. Spent several years in school there. Yeah. No, I can't say enough good things about Kansas City. Well, all I'm saying, Rory, is like I have my, because when you set up the live stream, they're like, what kind of model do you want to use? Conservative, where you're not going to make a whole lot of money, but at least your viewers have a very limited interruptions. Then they have moderate, and then they have aggressive, where they're like, yeah, You're going to have a better chance at making ad revenue, but man, we're going to pound the viewers with ads. And like I said, I did mine conservative, so there shouldn't be ads that often. TA is not real. It's not? Then what am I looking at here? What am I looking at, Dev Patel? Oh, okay. All right, Rory. TA is not real. That's an interesting statement there. Okay, so the only difference, if you were to go to day trade futures, which you're definitely going to do, like today's your good day. You're going to meet Pam's plan. Pam's plan is just an argument of why you should day trade futures through a prop firm. But the only difference here is instead of using charts to trade stocks, you are now going to use charts to trade futures. Like, so I'm going to give you a quick quiz question right here. What pattern did I just draw right there, T? What pattern is that? What would you call that? TA denial sounds like hope. I'm interested. I hope they reply. Again, my question to you, T. That what I just drew right there. What would you classify that as? Clay, I have $7 left in drawdown in my 150K Pro account after a string of rough days. What would you go heavy? Would you go in heavy on? Take it. How much time do you have left before your account might reset? Of the monthly period, how close are you to that? Come on, T. Come on, T. Oh, it's already in pro? Well, then, yeah, you just don't go heavy. Don't go heavy. Just try to chip away at it. You don't, yeah. If you're already in pro account, definitely don't go heavy. Just slow and steady. Try to bring that back. I do quant for SIG. Okay, what I've noticed is that the trolls, they never answer questions. I didn't ask you what you did. I said, what exactly is fake about TA? And then you told me what you do. That's like, I don't like spaghetti. Why don't you like spaghetti? I'm a firefighter. I don't like to mow the lawn. Why don't you like to mow the lawn? My favorite ice cream is chocolate chip. That's what I'm learning very quickly. Trolls do not really follow they don't really follow the conversation. There you go, bull, exactly, bull flag. So get this, T, you just identified a bull flag on a futures chart. So do you see, like, if you know how to use charts for stocks, it's the same pattern, same everything. They just happen to be on futures. So that would be no concern. And then the other nice thing about the prop firm space is this, is you said already that you've done many dumb things. Hey, welcome to the club. So in the world of prop firms, you've got to first pass a test. So you go from the test to the pro account. And then once you're in the pro account, you start to make money. But the nice thing here is that if you do a dumb thing, and let's just say you're doing the 100K, you're allowed to lose $3,000. Now in the test phase, it's a simulator, so you're not actually losing $3,000 of the prop firm. But point here being is, if you have a dumb moment, yes, you'll lose the account. But what did it actually cost you out of your own pocket? Well, just $231. Whereas if you do something really dumb with your own money, like where you are right now in your Robinhood account with stocks, and you lose $3,000, well, guess what? That is literally $3,000 of your own money. Not so here. Again, yes, there is a consequence. A consequence being you lose the account. You can always get it again for $100, but you lose the account. But you only lost $231 out of your pocket. So that is part of Pam's plan here, which would be just the added risk control, specifically how you can protect your own money, because you have very, very little of your own money on the line. And hey, Nathan, are you still here? And plus, with futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. So you can day trade. Now, maybe that's not a big deal for you, but with futures, you can day trade every single day as much as you want. There is zero pattern day trading rule. Okay, I'm sorry, Nathan. I don't want to misquote. So Nathan's going to give us an example. Nathan, how much did you spend on the prop firms before you roasted them? And how much in payouts did you get? I know you already told me this, but I don't really want to go up through the conversation. But I also don't want to say something that's kind of, totally made up. Hey, we're at 126 likes. Very good. I think we can push it up to 150 today. So if you are enjoying, you have not hit the like button, make sure you do that. So yes, paper trading, this would have been a loss because I was thinking maybe I can try to catch the top, double top. It was not a double top, so I'm glad I avoided that. No, you said something about a specific account. Like you made like 9,000, but you finally just roasted it. That's what I'm talking about. Oddly enough, I was just talking about how that short would have been a losing trade, but now I'm thinking about, do I want to try to go short here? Yeah, exactly, T. So what you just described about the pattern, yeah, I fully agree. But you just that diagnosis, that analysis, which I fully agree with, that just happened to be on a future. So that's what I mean. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have to learn futures. I don't know how to trade futures. If you know how to use charts, then you're like 97% of the way there to trade futures. There's just a couple of small little things that you got to learn. But after that, you're good to go. Okay, so right here, Nathan in the chat is saying for a prop firm, so the model is he spent, so his cost, so actually let's do this, his risk, because your risk is just the cost of the account. So the money that required out of his pocket that was at risk was $130. Okay? So he had $130. He then went, now again, this took time, this took patience, took strategy, but he went and then in proper lingo, that $130, he ultimately got $9,700 in payouts. So again, I don't know if it was a take profit, but just the same general idea. He started off in the test account. So with whatever prop firm this was, again, it's all different, but the model is the same. He started off in the test, cost him $130. Then after passing the test, he moved to the pro. And then in the pro account is where he ultimately got paid $9,700. Now, he did ultimately break the rules, so they took away his pro account. So his pro account did eventually get taken away. But it got taken away after he had already made $9,700. And how much did he have in at risk the entire time? Well, just the cost of his account, which was $130. So you do that math. That's a pretty good return on investment right there. And that is the power of Pam's plant. That is the power of prop firms. So yes, unfortunately, he did break the rules, and they eventually did take away his pro account. But again, he can always get another test account and go through the sequence again. But before this happened, before the X happened, he had made $9,700. That's crazy. That's good stuff. And that is the power right here of Pam's plant. That is why I say if you are day trading stocks, options, crypto, or Forex, you're wasting your time, you're taking on way too much risk, and you're going about a strategy in a very inefficient way. As a reminder, please don't type in the chat, but I make money trading stocks. I'm not saying you can't make money day trading stocks. I'm just saying you're not operating as efficiently as what you could be. I'm saying you're actually taking on more risk than you actually need to. That's the argument from Pam's plant. So please, some people kind of miss the argument. They start, what do you mean it doesn't work? I just made this much day trading options. Again, I'm not saying you can't make money. It's an argument about efficiency and risk. So T, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that kind of gave you a little crash course there on why I think it makes a whole lot of sense to do Pam's plant. Day trade futures through a prop firm. Oh, that was with TPT. Amazing, Nathan. Amazing. Do you know the probability each of your trades and the payout you need to break even? Dev, what? Again, I asked you a question. Okay. So you replied back that I'm a fish. So I once asked, okay, well, how is TA fake? You then replied back and you told me what you do for a living. Again, that's like me saying, hey, I don't like cheeseburgers. And I'm like, hey, why not? I went bowling last Thursday. Like that's how our conversation went. So then I had clarity, and then you just called me a fish. So it's odd how you are not addressing my question. Now you're asking me, do you know the probability of each trade? And so let's start in the question. You're telling me that what I'm looking at here is fake. TA is fake. Is that what you're telling me, Dev? Are you gonna keep, you know, when I ask about why don't you like cheeseburgers, you're gonna start to tell me what you did last Friday night? No, not look into futures, T. You're gonna trade futures. Like, what you're doing literally makes zero sense, mathematically speaking. No, TA is just short for technical analysis, which is what's going on here. Technical analysis, technical trading. Okay. So, I guess my question to you would be, if TA is fake, if it does not work, then what would your explanation be? Let's see. So this is when I was doing SPX options. Again, like I said, I used to do day trading options. And when I was new to SPX options, I'm like, all right, let's do some experimentation. Let's collect some data. So I did a video on that. So, Dev. Let's. Of data. And the first bit of data I want to represent and show you is that. Okay, perfect. All right. So this was done. So, Dev, I'm just curious. What would be your explanation, since you're a quant, since you understand all the math? I had a sample size of 509 trades. I was right 84% of the time, but no strategy. Nothing's perfect. I was wrong 12.8. So of those 509 trades, you know, I did have 65 times where I was at a loser. But I did also have 429 where I was right. So I had an 84% win rate. So if technical analysis is fake, if it does not work, like, am I just the luckiest person ever? Like what would your explanation be? And again, you're a quant guy, so, you know, sample size, 509 trades, 509. So if TA is fake, yeah, what's your thought process? How did I end up at 84.3% win rate? Now you can see it was because it was a higher win rate strategy. Average loss was bigger than the average win, but when you're winning 84%, terrible. So he is being banned now because I asked for how would you explain an 84% win rate if TA just doesn't exist, if it just like is not real, and then he says terrible. So he is officially proven to be a troll. I try to give people plenty of wiggle room, and you all just witnessed it. He did not want to answer a single question. So, a confirmed troll. We ain't got time for trolls around here. It's so funny. Like, literally, the first indicator that you are a troll, make a statement. I don't like snow. Why don't you like snow? I just got a new pair of Nike shoes. What? Huh? Oh, and look at that. Look, TA's not real. What a coincidence where this thing just happened to bounce. Now, to be fair, I'll try to give the argument I heard here, and maybe Dev was eventually going to end up there. Well, TA is not real because, you know, mathematical, blah, blah, blah. TA is just simply self-fulfilling prophecies. Did you see what admission was just made? The person that argues TA doesn't work, it's just self-fulfilling prophecies. Okay, well, you just conceded that there is such a thing as self-fulfilling prophecies. So if there is such a thing as self-fulfilling prophecies, wouldn't it be wise? Wouldn't it be smart? Wouldn't it be advantageous to know where those self-fulfilling prophecies are supposed to take place? What those self-fulfilling prophecies are supposed to be? Would that not be beneficial? Again, per this person's own premise, self-fulfilling prophecies exist. Okay, fine. Then charts work. Because if charts are just telling you where self-fulfilling prophecies are, well, then you can make money off self-fulfilling prophecies. And that's sort of like on that data I just showed you, how somebody could take 509 trades. Like if TA was just random gambling At best, you would think statistically, I'd be right around 50% wins, 50% losses. But how is that possible? To have won 83% of the time. So, yeah, it's people just don't think through. TA doesn't work. TA's garbage. Just a bunch of self-fulfilling prophecies. Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to know where those self-fulfilling prophecies are at, good sir. I've been thinking about buying some Nike shares for the long term. All right, man. Go for it. What kind of risk would this be? Yeah, I'm going to go here for a short, if it can hit that red line. No, don't leave me in its dust. I am trying to get short at that red line. Low probability trade, but I have very minimal risk. And if I can get this thing to roll over compared to the risk, I could be looking at a nice move here. In. Let's see if we can get this thing to roll over. If he's trades on fundamentals alone, then perhaps he should just be an investor. But for trading, yeah, no, exactly. But he was a troll. First sign somebody's a troll is they won't address your questions. They just keep they're just in their own little world. But yes, T, I'm going to consider futures. No, you need to do futures. Like, do you have $25,000? Are you stuck under the pattern day trader rule? Is that why you Okay, I'm gonna read it. He day trades and swing trades because he's under the pattern day trader rule, and because he's under the pattern day trader rule, he just can't day trade as much as you want. Therefore, he's got to swing trade. Did I read your situation, T? Did I read it right? Is that why you're a day trader and a swing trader? And not looking so good. But like I said, this was a lower probability trade, but I'll take it. See if we can get this thing to roll over. Just trying to see if this thing is ultimately going to find some resistance at these highs. Come on down some more, and I'll move my stop loss down. There we go. Let's make sure this is now officially a winning trade. So now I want more momentum. Come on, give me some more momentum. No stress, though. This will be a winning trade no matter what now. Come on. Need it to come down more before I move my stop again. And stopped out. Well, I tried. Was a green trade. But it just did not come down. But that was all random. There was no thought process behind any of that. That was just TA's not real. Maybe look to try it again. If it continues to putz up around here, again, I can, Okay, but are you under the pattern day trader rule though, T? Like, do you have less than $25,000? So you're under the pattern day trader rule? Or maybe ask another way, would you like to be able to day trade more than you're actually able to right now? So safe to say you'd like to be able to day trade more than what you're able to at this point? Like if I told you, hey man, you can make as many day trades as you want every single day. Does that kind of sound like a good situation? Oh, do you get short? To short or not to short as it putzes around at these highs? Let's do this instead. Let's have it come back down, and then I'll get short. Then I'll put my stop right up here. So I'm only getting short if it hits that red line. Again, tight stop. We'll see if I can try to... But if this thing pushes up more... All right, never mind on that. Risk profile changed. With I can day trade unlimited until my funds get exhausted. Well, yeah, that's my point. Is until your funds get exhausted. That's why futures. Your funds don't get exhausted. You don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. I'm telling you, T, everybody here that has been a day trader of stocks or options and has tried Pam's plant, again, day trading futures through a prop firm, every single one. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is go back to that. You can, well, don't do this because this will take hours every time. But you go back to the live stream and see everybody that's shown up has been like, oh man, I used to day trade stocks. I used to day trade options. Futures is so much better. Why is this running so much today, Cindy? I mean, I can give you like the actual reason, but I don't think it's the reason what you're actually asking for. The reason why it's running today is because there are just way more buyers than sellers. But I think what you're actually asking is, yeah, but why are there more buyers than sellers? And that I don't know. Plenty of opinions out there on that. But in terms of why is it running so much? Well, yeah, because there's more buyers than sellers. How do I get out of the trade if API limit hit? I don't know, Nathan. Does anyone in the chat know if you have to move to Pro Plus or can you just, they'll eventually move you into Pro Plus, Elusive, which is why I like them because it reveals that their business model is sustainable. So no, you may not just sit there in Pro. They will move you to Pro Plus. But that is key. That is key. It reveals a viable business model. You're stuck in a short? Because, oh, wow. Have you given Tradeovate a call? I don't know. Is this a short right here? It does seem to be putzing around. Might as well. Very tight risk. There we go. So let's see if it wants to come back down. Low probability trade, but if I can get it to work, I'm going to be making a whole lot and stopped out on that one. Whoa, yep, that's why you want to have stops, folks. That's why you want to have stops. Man, that stinks. You're stuck in a short right now. I don't think it's a TPT issue. That sounds like a Tradeovate issue. Because it's the platform that's telling them that. It doesn't have anything to do with TPT. I love your transparency, Clay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Take note, I'm not claiming to be a good trader, by the way. I'm just claiming to like trading. I'm claiming to, just like shooting the breeze, giving some thoughts, sharing some good ideas, Pam's plant. And it's also nice when you can make money from sharing a good idea. So yeah, if you use code Clay, my kids eat. I got 6 of them. Use code Clay so my kids can have dinner tonight. Okay? My kids got to eat. Now, is this a buy on the pullback or the overnight high now? Do we get a back test and go? Will the trend continue? That's really the question. Do I still believe in the trend enough for that to occur? We'll see how it continues to play out. I think I'd like to see the 21 EMA may make its way up a little bit, but 21 EMA has been pretty solid. Right here acted as support. Right there acted as support. Right there acted as support. Now, does that mean for sure guaranteed it's going to act as support again? Nope. But I'd like to see the price get a little bit closer to it. I remember your old video saying the bulls are in control. Oh, man, that's never gone away. I still talk about bulls and bears. They enjoyed steak and lobster thanks to me using code. Yeah, they did. They did. Donut eater. Lard. Lard. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Lard from Donut Eater. Are you lardy because you eat so many donuts, or what's going on here? Did I miss some context or something? Lard. Yeah, but I just feel bad for Nathan right now. Good grief, to be stuck in a short right now? That's brutal. I would definitely say call Tradeovate. Did you run a Google search on what this API limit thing is? Does anybody know? Has anybody been on Tradeovate and had this API limit or whatever? Pam's plant caps growth if you have a proven edge. No, that's not true. How does it cap growth? That's a new one. It caps growth. We literally just had Nathan tell us how he just spent $130 for an account and got 9,700 in payouts before he roasted the account. How exactly was his growth capped? Right, yeah. I don't what does that have to do with anything? Yeah, this is what kind of makes me curious. Like, yes, that's why I don't call it 100, or I do my best not to call them 100,000 accounts. I call them purchasing power of 100. Because yes, your account is what you're allowed to lose. So yeah, right now I'm not sure what you're even trying to say. Yeah, you're allowed to lose 3,000, but you have 100,000 of purchasing power. But I don't understand how that caps anything. That's just forcing you to be a good trader. It's forcing you to manage risk. You are arguing for Pam's plant right now. That's part of the plan. Added risk control. The rules. Yes, those rules are good. But you know what? Do you get to sign up for a prop firm and then behave however you want? Do you get to sign up for a prop firm and then go act like a degenerate? I mean, you can if you want, but you're going to fail. Because people that just behave however they want, people that just want to be a degen, well, they don't have rules. But within a prop firm, they do have rules. But you know what these rules are going to force you to do? Focus on risk management. Focus on risk control. Yeah, it's a little annoying because who doesn't want to just show up and start to do whatever they want? Who wants to be constrained by rules? But I hate to break it to you. If you want to become a successful trader, you're going to have rules. You're going to need rules. And these rules are going to have to be circled and managed around risk control. I get it. Everybody wants to show up and talk about the Lamborghinis and the Rolex watches, and that stuff's fantastic. Everybody wants to show up talking about how much money can be made. But the fact of the matter is, what ultimately matters in trading is, do you know how to manage risk? Do you know how to control risk? And you know what? That's what these rules are going to force you to do. So I'm not sure how any of these rules, I'm not sure how to draw down is capping risk. Or capping growth. It's promoting growth. How is it promoting growth? It's forcing you to learn how to manage risk. And I argue that is a good thing. And I'm not asking you to take my word for it. Ask any successful trader. Hey, is risk management, is risk control, is that important in trading? Again, don't take my word for it. Find somebody that you trust and ask them, is risk management, is risk control, is that an important part of trading? And they're going to say, yeah, that's the most important thing. And again, that's what these rules are forcing you to start to focus on. And I argue that is a good thing. So yes, I'm not following your objection at all. You literally just made an argument. You can have the same rules that when thank you, Donut. Now, Donut. So let me ask you this, Donut. Are you a perfect trader? Do you always follow your rules? Are you always disciplined like all the time? Because right now you're talking in theory. Okay, here we go. So Donut is a troll. So Donut is officially the first person that says, I am the perfect trader. I never go on tilt. I never revenge trade. I never force trades. I always manage my risk. I always honor my rules 100% of the time. Wow. We have our first ever perfect trader. Never breaks rules. Amazing, Donut. Amazing. How do you do it? Never has a bad day. Never breaks rules. Just amazing. Amazing. Okay. Well, then did you see what I mean? What I said? What did I say about trolls earlier? Like, you can't make this stuff up. You're asking about certain things, and he's like, I don't trade stock market. Well, first off, we're not even looking at the stock market, but we're talking about the stock market. And then what does that have to do with anything? All right. Troll gone. Are you noticing the pattern with me? Like, they're talking a certain way, and then you confront what they're saying, but they're like, well, yeah, I do sports betting. What? So anyways, what I was getting at here is his complaint was, well, you could just use, his complaint was this, which is perfect. He's arguing, he's making my point for me. He's saying, well, you could just use $100,000 of your own money. So this just assumes that you have $100,000 of your own money. So his argument was, well, you could use 100,000 and then you could do these rules all on your own. Like, you don't need somebody forcing rules upon you. That's why I asked him, oh, so you're telling me that you're always a perfect trader. You never break rules. You never go on tilt. You never FOMO. You never chase trades. You're like a perfectly disciplined trader. And the reason why is anybody that's honest is going to be like, well, no, I mean, I'm human. I screw up. I get emotional sometimes. I have messes. Like, that doesn't make you a bad trader. That makes you a human being. And the reason I asked them that is, okay, well, let's look at a situation. One situation, so the situation is this, the same in the sense of you have just one of those bad days. If you've traded long enough, you know what I mean by you had a bad day. So that's the same. What's going to be different is one person is using their own money, the other person is using the prop firm method. So the person that's saying, well, you could do the same thing, that's true, but he's building in the presumption that you're always going to be a perfect trader, right? You could have 100 and you could just do these rules on your own. Yeah, in theory. That's a very big in theory. Again, we've all had bad days. So person has a bad day. The person that's using their own money, I mean, we'll just use this. Maybe that day cost them $3,000. Okay, well, guess what? How much money just came out of their pocket? $3,000. The person that's using the prop firm, sure, they failed. They lost the account. The account is taken away from them. But how much did that actually cost them out of their pocket? Was it $3,000? No, it was the cost of the account at $230. So yes, I agree. If you want to operate in the world of rainbows and butterflies, that you could just do all this and you don't need somebody to enforce rules upon you because you're always gonna. No, that's just, you're not reality. People go until people have bad days. And with that, I would rather have a bad day and have it just cost me losing an account. Again, because losing an account, okay, $230. And again, if this is after you've passed, then it would only be $100 that you would lose. But he's arguing for, but if you're using your own money, yeah, a bad day could cost you $3,000, if not even more. Because at least with this, it just stops at $3,000. It says, okay, game over, account, you failed, you're done at $3,000. But if you're using your own money, there's nothing built in. That $3,000 could become $5,000, and then you get even more angry, and then you're at $10,000. And anybody with any amount of experience, I think you've been there, I've been there several times, where you're like, wow, I probably should have just stopped being down 500 on the day. Wow, man, I thought that minus 1,000 looked bad. Now look at what I've done, right? We've all been there. You go on tilt, and it just grinds higher and higher. So again, the power of risk management. I got stopped out right there. Wow, that would have been a whole lot worse. So right there, he made an argument for Pam's plant without even knowing he made an argument for Pam's plant. Have not seen Tony. I was looking at, well, then again, to be fair, they said 100% conviction. Yeah, exactly, T. That's like I said. I'm not making any bold claims about, hey, the key to trading is risk management. And that's what Pam's plant does. They're going to force you to focus on risk. No, I didn't miss that part, Jerry. You have a proven edge assuming that you're always going to be perfectly disciplined. And perfectly disciplined in trading, that proven edge can get destroyed in a hurry. And let's also be honest, Jerry. Sure, there's exception to every single rule. Is there some traders out there where maybe Pam's plant doesn't operate because they have a massive bankroll? They got a bunch of quants behind them. They got all this sort of stuff to get that quote-unquote proven edge. Fine. I'll concede. If you want to go to that far end of the spectrum, okay. But Jerry, can you at least see where I'm coming from? I'm operating more of like, what's likely? Like, what's probably 99%? Like, who fits within 99% of the time? So yes, anything in life, you can maneuver enough. Well, what about this? What about that? What about that? To make something look wrong. Like that, I call that playing the could game. Well, you could have this, could that. So if you want to play the could game, yes, anything in the world can be made to look like a dumb idea. But that's also, if you want to be intellectually honest about it, okay. You're sort of like cherry picking like the best of the best of the best of the best to create your situation. So I didn't miss the part, but that's what I was getting at is, yes, if you want to nitpick it to death and play the could game to the maximum, then sure, maybe for some people out there, Pam's plan doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But for the vast majority, it's actually a really good idea. Been following you since 2013 when GUVO, I remember that one, went nuts randomly, was a dumb investment. My investment knowledge is just 401k, IRA, and still stuff that is pays dividends. Makes me realize sitting on fantasy stuff isn't a good idea. Yeah. Oh, here's a bit of a pullback. Well, Tom, hopefully, if you want to get into day trading, here we go. Pam's plan offers you that ability. We got a bit of a pullback here. What time is it? Okay. I will buy right here. I mean, why not? If it wants to come down here, I'll buy one. If this is just a freight train in the downwards direction, well, I'll take my small little loss and lick my wounds and move on. Oh, thank you, Drew P, for helping out Andrew. Or Nathan, excuse me. Why do I keep calling him? Oh, I know why. Hey, let's try to make a run up to 150 likes. So if you are here and if you are enjoying and you have not yet used your like, but you are enjoying, that really does help out. So if you don't mind, please hit that like button. Yes, thank you, patient trader. Exactly. That's the point. So I mean, nobody was necessarily wrong. Oh no. We got to get that deleted out of here. We just had our first bot. All right, how did I do that? Copy. Where was that at? Okay, community moderation. Good. Then I got to come over here and ban that phrase before it starts overpopulating everything. Let's see. There we good. We should be good. But yeah, absolutely patient. Trading stock. Are you talking about swing trading or day trading? Dancing Diamonds. We've got to. You have not revealed the category. You said trading stocks, but are we talking about swing trading or day trading? And then you mentioned a call, so you're also talking about options. Okay, dancing. Then that's irrelevant. Pam's plan is an argument for day trading, for category of day trading. I fully agree. Options can be awesome if you're swing trading them. You can do a bunch of cool stuff. You can do, iron face dolphins and pink monkey butterflies. You can do a lot of good stuff with options, swing trading them. That is not the argument Pam's plan is making. Pam's plan is within the category of day trader. Okay, here, see, this is the problem. This is why the world has issues. People don't really listen, I don't think. I'm glad you're fully printing money. We're on the I get it. Swing trading options is fine. Pam's plan is not an argument for swing traders. It's an argument for the category of day trading. Good, fantastic, good for you. You're not a day trader, therefore this is not an argument for you. What hours do you trade? Well, since the live stream, I've kind of become an afternoon trader. But yeah, I'm mainly trading right at the open time. I like the normal times when the stock market. Now I'm day trading futures, but futures do get a bit of a kick in the upwards direction when the USA stock market opens. So yeah, normally I'd be done within 30 minutes, maybe an hour at most, especially with futures. I mean, you don't need a whole lot of time at all. But since I've started doing the live stream, yeah, I've now kind of started to pay a little bit more attention to the afternoon hours and all that stuff. Hey, let's get 9 more likes here. Let's go 9 more likes. Jerry, I am trading with a prop firm. So very, 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 very little of my personal money is being risked per trade. Very little, Jerry. Because per trade, if I really wanted, I could do this, and my per risk trade would be $105. Because if I'm just risking the account, so $105 is very, 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 very. Well, let's just do this. Let's say that somebody's got $5,000. Okay. In fact, we had somebody. I think somebody earlier was like, yeah, I got 5,000. So because again, your ultimate risk is just the cost of the account. So yeah, you could fail the account, you lose it, but it's just that. So if you're like, I'm just my account, this number is going to be my risk every trade. Either I'm going to make 50, or I'm going to lose 1,500 and I lose the account, or I'm going to keep growing. Again, that you don't lose 1,500, you just lose the cost of the account. So if you got 105 as your risk, but your total capital is just 5,000, right there you're at about 2% of your capital through a prop firm. So that's why I say, Jerry, my risk is very, 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 very little compared to my bankroll, meaning my actual cash that I have. I think prop firm is bad. Okay, well, why is a prop firm bad? You're not even a day trader. Okay. Well, yeah, you have to pass a test. So, okay, Jerry, were you here when I talked about Nathan? Were you here for that? Nathan had all-in cost, all-in risk of 130. All-in risk. He did pass. He had to pass the test. He passed the test. He went from the test account to the pro account. In the pro account, he made $9,700. He then lost the account. He broke the rules. So they're like, sorry, we're taking away your pro account. But he was paid out that amount before he lost the account. So he had $130 at risk the entire time and made $9,700. So I'm not sure what having to pass the test has to do with anything. Okay, Jerry, I've clearly offended you. What do you day trade? Are you a day trader of stocks or something? Somehow you're trying to I'm not quite sure what you're getting at here, Jerry. Okay, let's say this, Jerry, that the person fails. No matter what, the person is going to fail. So the person has $5,000. Okay. So, and this is Jerry. Here's Jerry up here. Jerry's a real nice guy. This is Jerry. Jerry's got $5,000. Jerry, okay, what percentage passed that? Okay. I'm proving your point. I'm going to concede. Because what you're saying is, well, yeah, you have to, how many actually pass? So what you're saying is, well, people aren't going to be successful. So let's just say that they're not going to be successful. No matter what no matter what Jerry does with 5,000, they're not going to be successful. This is the point. If you're going to use your own money and you have $5,000 of your own money, then it could be like a couple of trades with your own money. You do something stupid and then boom, you're at minus $5,000. Your journey is over. Your journey lasted about that long. Okay. Or you could do the prop firm model. And again, so the prop firm model here is, you do 105. So you'll have 5,000 and you lose 105. Okay. So you still have 4,800 left. You do something really dumb and you lose 1,500. All right. So the account is now gone. All right. So we still have 4,895. Now to get this account back, it's going to be $100. So, all right. Well, now we got to take this. We got to subtract out $100. And then let's say they fail again. Okay. So there was one account. They failed. Okay, there we go. Okay, but then they failed again because they lost the $1,500 again. Okay, well, they want to try again. So now they're going to have to spend another $100 out of this. Okay, so they go on their journey a little bit more. Okay, they failed. They blow up another account. They lost $1,500. All right, well, we got to come over here. We got to subtract out another 100. Okay, and then they go down some more. Oh, blowing up another account. All right, well, we got to come over here, subtract out another 100. Still not learning lessons. Okay. Go again. Oh, fail. My point is this. Yeah, a prop firm does not guarantee success, but it gives you a whole lot more opportunity to learn, to figure things out, to try to fine tune. Whereas what you seem to be self-proclaiming is, Well, why don't you just use 5,000? Because 5,000 could be gone in 1 or 2 trades just like that. Whereas in this situation, you could do the same exact dumb things that if you're using your own money, that account is gone, but the same dumb things only ultimately cost you $100. That's why, Jerry. That's why. Jerry's not listening. Each one of these is a failed test. I'm not even saying this person passes the test. Each one of these is a failed test. What I'm saying is after you fail the test, it only costs you $100 to get another one. But each one of these tests, ideally, you're going to be learning. You're going to be maneuvering. You're going to be fine tweaking your strategy. You are saying you have access to lose the $1,500 for 105. Correct. But you are forgetting that you can't pass every test. Correct. I'm giving you an example. I'm not even saying, okay, Jerry's not listening. Jerry, I'm saying that you are not passing any test. I'm saying this trader is failing. Each one of these is a test. Gone. Failed test. Failed test. Failed test. Here's another one. Failed test. But again, a failed test, you can try again for minus 100. Every single one of these is a failed test. My point is, I think everybody here except you, Jerry, sees it, that the prop firm model is not going to guarantee you success, but it is going to give you way more chances. It's going to give you way more opportunity to figure out a strategy. I don't know. Give me a 1. Does this make sense what I'm trying to convey to Jerry? Or no? Maybe I'm not explaining this. Give me a 1. Is what I'm trying to convey here. Okay. All right. I thought this was pretty clear. I thought that Jerry seems to be saying, well, you're saying that prop firms lead to success. No. My argument is prop firms give you more opportunity to find that success because you get more bang for your buck. Yeah. All right, Jerry. I explained to everybody. Everybody here understands except you. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Jerry, it sounds like he thinks the $1,500 is real. Do you think this is a real $1,500, Jerry? Is that maybe that's a hang up? Are you thinking that this is like when the person loses $1,500? Do you think that's $1,500 of real money? If you can't trade, a prop firm gets you more opportunity than using your own money. Exactly. Nowhere is Pam's plant. Nowhere is the argument prop firms give you success. No, the argument would be prop firms give you more opportunity to figure out success because it's going to take a long time to burn through $5,000 with prop firm accounts as opposed to if you just use your own money with $5,000, it could be a couple trades and boom, $5,000 gone. What? That's not proving anything, Jerry. Is that like different in real money? Day trading is hard. So what Jerry is doing is saying trading is hard, but he's somehow saying, and trading is hard because prop firms make it hard. No, trading is hard because trading is hard. Like that's, do you see the, you can ban me now, softy, like, you know? So, and then I ban him and he's like, yeah, I offended him. You know, I argued. It's like, he'll leave out the part. I mean, I was name calling him. I was poking at him. Like that's what, you know, no, I'm not going to leave you, Jerry. I mean, you're making my arguments for me. Like you are the exact reason why. And notice he's not attacking anything. Now he's calling me. Again, that's ad hominem fallacy. I'm a softy all of a sudden. Jerry, you just got exposed bad. You don't understand what you're talking about. Your argument is, yeah, well, there's no guarantee of success with a prop firm. Nobody ever said there's a guarantee of success, Jerry. You're arguing against, you know, you're arguing against things that aren't being made. TA, haha, what a loser. Okay, so here we go. He's Dev. So Dev still has not been able to tell us how TA. We're going to keep you around, Dev. We're going to keep you around. You are helping me make my arguments for me. So yeah, we're definitely keeping you around. Dev, you're making me money because people are saying, oh, wow, prop firms really do make sense. Let me use that code, Clay. Thank you for explaining that to me. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Thank you, Dev. Cha-ching. Say it with me, Dev. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Ready, Dev? Here, put your arm up like this, and then you go like this. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. You're sticking around. Dev, cha-ching. Yeah, exactly. I do sell. Thank you for bringing it up. I do sell courses, by the way. Cha-ching. Thank you, Dev. Cha-ching. Dev, cha-ching. I'm keeping you around, Dev. You're my little cha-ching. Thank you for helping me make my arguments so people appreciate it. Like, hey, Clay, I learned something. I like this Pam's plan. I see how that makes sense. That actually, yeah, that's good. And since you did that, can I use your code? I'd like to support the channel. And then I get some cash from that, Dev. Cha-ching. 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 We're keeping Jerry around, boy. He's my little puppet for money. He's my money puppet. All right, there's news come out or something? This is getting pretty spicy price action. You are welcome to stay around if you want, Jerry, but I will be ignoring you for the time being. But if you have any other arguments that like will help me cha-ching, then make sure to make them, please. But you just name calling me is not really helping. That's not really helping me cha-ching. So, but if you have any other arguments that I can be like, well, yes, you're proving my point, let me know. Oh, that's too scary. If anything, yeah. Three more likes. Actually, we got 4 more for the JJ effect. Let's hit 150. Let's go. 4 more likes. We're at 150 likes. Let's go. Was there news or something that came out with all this, or is this just a pullback here? There we go. 2 more likes. Let's do it. Let's do it. We got this. We got this. And by the way, I do appreciate everybody that uses my code. Hopefully you saw through that I was doing that just to kind of let Dev know that do you want me to call your wife and tell her you were justified in your... See, that's the thing. I don't even call that, like, I'm not yelling. Like, I'm just, I don't even know. Maybe it is yelling. But in my mind, like, yelling is like, get over here, you little scumbag. Like, that's yelling. But I'm just, like, animated. But I guess it's fair to say, well, yeah, but you could be animated and yelling at the same time. I guess that's fair. See, Jim in the room right there, he's a man's man. Because can you imagine being like trying to be my friend in real life? Oh, bless his heart. Bless his heart. Jim, bless your heart. Bless your heart, Cletus. Bless your heart. Poor Jim's wife thinks I'm a psychopath, by the way. So there's also that on the table. She's so sweet and she plays it off, but she's like, Jim, you got to find new friends. But not felon. I don't know. Like I said, people are like, you just do this for the money. It's like, no, yeah. I am running a for-profit business, but I really do like it just because I do like to do it. And I hope sometimes my passion, like, it just kind of takes over and it shows that I actually do have a genuine passion for it. Some may call that yelling. Fair enough. I just call it passion. Whoa. But I do understand people like, you don't do this because you love it. You don't do it because you have a true passion for it. You do it because you're making money. And I understand that. And again, I'm not sitting here to claim that I'm doing this only out of the goodness of my heart. No, I'm running a for-profit business. I have no problem with that. But there is a component where I actually do enjoy doing it too. I feel good about using your code for prop firms. It's the 6 kids, I think. Yeah, feed my kids. Feed my kids. 150. Okay, I think we have a chance. Listen, the record is 170 likes for a live stream. We only need 12 for a record. So if you want to be part of a record-setting stream and you are enjoying, please hit that like button. I lost track of it. Let's go. SPY dropping, yup. I'm going to be interested in this one, though. What would that be? 80? Yeah. I can do that. I'm going to actually build a little bit because I think I got a chance. Even if it goes wrong, it'll be a bigger loss, but nothing that's like destructive. So 80 will be my... Wait, 80. Wasn't that the former breakout point? Yeah, 80. All right. Remember, that's where I bought that one time before the big breakout. All right. I'm now looking to do my first purchase at 80. I am willing... In fact, let me do another one down there. Whoops, no, this needs to be up a little bit more. In fact, yeah, let's do one more at VWAP, and then I'll have a stop a little bit below VWAP. So I'm willing to get up to 3. So if it wants to come, now in my perfect world of rainbows and butterflies, comes down, gives me all 3, bounces, and then I'm just dancing in profits, but it's got to come down some more right now. A lot of congestion as I bring over the 5-minute. You can see right here, you have the 50 period moving average, you have the 200 period moving average, you have the VWAP. So quite a bit of congestion right around this area on the chart. Does it guarantee anything? It does not. But in my mind, does it make it plausible that there could be some buyers down there and bounce? I think so. All right, here we go. Here we go. Again, won't be the most pleasant of losses if I get filled and it just keeps coming down. But again, within the context of my day, I have plenty of wiggle room on the day. So it's not like I'm at threat of, ruining my day or anything like that. Yeah, come on, Cletus, let's go. So for each $100 test, you can lose $1,500. Correct. Exactly, Retro Worm. Again, that phase is simulator. So if you're wondering, that seems kind of scammy. Like, how can the company afford for that to be the case? Again, that phase is just within a simulated environment. But yes, you are correct. So you can buy yourself a whole lot of time to learn. Yep, exactly. Yep. I remember when I would get started, like, it could very easily be one trade, boom, $1,500 gone. I'm like, and now I look back, I'm like, man, $1,500, that could have bought me 15 accounts. But yeah, unfortunately, when I got started, back in my day, there wasn't any prop firms. Come on, come down. Well, looking for this thing to come down. Got some buy orders out there. Let's see if it wants to come on down. Stop calling these spammers. I think it might be Jerry or Dev. Dev? Are you calling me Dev? Or is it Tony? Is Tony calling me 100% guaranteed? I'm new. Do you have to be a day trader to learn? No. But day trading is, if you want to be a day trader, futures make a whole lot of sense. Because if you want to be a day trader with stocks or options, you've got to have $25,000. And if you don't have $25,000, they're just not going to let you day trade. So the argument is more so, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to day trade as much as you want every single day, day trade being you buy and sell in the same exact day, if you want to do that as often as you want, then futures is what makes that possible, because there's no what's called a pattern day trader rule. Prop firms give the everyday guy a chance to learn and to make money. Yeah, exactly, Kurt. Exactly. So again, people have attempted at Pam's plant to argue against it, but even in arguing against it, they literally made the point. Because no point. Notice that part of Pam's plant, does it say guaranteed success, guaranteed turn you into a profitable trader? Nope. Not the argument. But if you want to say, does it give you more opportunity? Does it give you more time? Does it allow you to stretch your dollar a little bit more to get more learnable opportunities? Yes, absolutely. That would be part of the argument, but nowhere in the argument. So if you show up, well, a lot of prop traders fail. It's like, well, yeah, because trading is hard. Trading is not hard because of prop firms. Trading is hard because trading is just hard. But I would say, like I said, the prop firm is going to force those rules upon you to help you focus on managing risk, and then they just give you a lot more. They give you a lot more wiggle room, as I showed Dev, Jerry, whatever we're calling them these days. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that first one out now. I want a little bit more stretch. In fact, let's do this now. I'm going to start building at the VWAP. And we'll go with 4. And then I'll have my stop now down below the 200. But it's consolidated out a little bit too much now, so I'd like this to be my first part. Yeah, please do, T. Please do ask if you have any more questions. Would be happy to answer those for you. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh, I think would I have been filled on that for, yes, 80. 80. My first one would have been filled for a nice scalp there. That's what I get for changing. I don't think my second would have been filled. I don't know what it would have been. It went down to 74. I don't remember where my second order was at. Bummer. Well, trade plan 1.0 would have went off without a hitch. Well, that might have been it. Your second order was at 75. Oh, don't tell me that. It was at 75. Oh, yeah, and that hit 70. Oh, I would have. Come on, man. Why do you got to tell me that? Relax or do? Should have just lied to me. Said, no, you wouldn't have been filled. This going to just keep bleeding? If it does, then I'll be stopped out. But we are at a high congestion point right now, especially on the 5-minute. I could, we got all these moving averages right here. So maybe, just maybe, it can find some support. If it's not, well, then I'll have a losing trade. But because I am thinking about risk control, as you should be, I know that I'll still be perfectly fine as far as my overall day is concerned. But it is now bounced, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel those orders out. If it wants to come back down, I'd be still interested. That could be pretty spicy. I do feel better, thank you. But I don't feel better because now you're lying to me. Did Trump yell at Powell again? I don't know. Good question. Did he? Yep. If it wants to come back down, I'll give it a try. I like this 2-minute candle, but it's got to come back down first. I'm not willing to buy it where it's at right now. Wonder where Roger's at. Maybe Roger is building his gold mine of a business. He's going to start tutoring college kids in organic chemistry. Have not seen Roger today, so hopefully he's off doing that. Yeah, do we play the back test here? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I was ready. Look, my cursor was on the sell. I was waiting for it to actually get to that yellow button. Patient trade. Trump said won't lower China tariffs until he gets something in return. Oh, is that what caused the big move here? Patient trader? So did that tweet come out or did that news come out right around here? Is that what created all this? Ah, gotcha. Again, the news. Uh-oh. I was going to say my bladder's flaring up, but I'm like, oh, well, we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes. Star buying the Christmas toy. Start. Man, what was I doing? Who called that? Was that Force? Did you play that Force? Or are you just armchair quarterback and everything? You better have told me, yeah, I'm in. Force, that better be your answer. I'm in. I'm in short. Great. Uh-oh. Armchair. Come on, man. All right. Now I got a tighter stop right there.
Order filled.
Oh, I hate when it blinks like this. I really can't stand when it blinks like this. There we go. Oh my goodness. No, I'll keep it up here. Let's see if it wants to come down. Ooh, it's getting jumpy. Why did I can't stand when Trade Ovate does. There we go. Nope, there it's back to blinking again. Oh, I just took I just took a scalp there. Broke the trade plan, not supposed to be a scalp, but I don't know if it was a blinking blue line or just I don't know, yeah. So that was a rule break. I should still be in. But I'm out. I've never used Replinko. I like Trade Ovate. That was amazing. Can you define that? I'm not sure what that is in reference to. Just observation, when we were elevated, VWAP barely moved, so would that indicate that the move up was on low volume? Well, I mean, you don't have to guess any of that. Right down here you have volume. So you can see that once that news came out, volume definitely kicked it into another gear. That's for sure. But yeah, you don't really have to guess in terms of was that a lower volume move or higher volume? You can just put the volume bars down. Maybe I'll try again. Really, that blue line is going to drive me nuts. All right, we got to get up to 170 likes if I'm going to do another live trade. We're 10 away from record-setting territory, and then we just stalled out at 160. Help become part of a record stream. 170 likes. We got 10 more. 10 more, and you are part of a record setter. If you have not hit that like button, hit it. Hit it, and we'll do another trade. I really am a terrible businessman, though. I have not talked about anything yet. All right, I just mean we melted up on low volume, so it's just a weak move. I shorted with an idea of VWAP. I guess it depends on when you shorted. Come up a little bit more. Nope. Well, I got to be a man of my word. I said 170 likes. I'm about to put on another trade. Good news is we're only 5 likes away. Well, 6 likes. JJ effect. We need 171 likes for the JJ effect. But why I'm talking about it, because I am a terrible businessman. If you are interested next week, I am offering. I do this weekly. But if you're interested in learning more about the tools I'm using, how to have the right framework of mind, how to manage risk, build consistency, then I do offer this totally free class. Put in the chat room there if you want to click on it, get signed up for it. And if you do want to join my private community, there may or may not be a deal baked within the sign-up process here that gives you a good yearly rate. There may or may not be. I'm not going to confirm or deny. But if you are interested in joining my private community, that's got a ton of good traders in it, then just sign up for that, if nothing else, to get maybe the deal that exists during the sign-up process, if you do want to join. So there we go. I really got to get better at that. We are 4 likes away from a record. 4 likes away from a record-breaking stream. Can we do it? Can we do it? Oh, we also might have a thumb trade here. Except this has been... Did we have a... Yeah. 3 more likes. Let's go. Let's go. I think that has played its... Well, I guess in hindsight now, I mean, I still broke my rules, but I guess it was a good thing I broke the rule and just scalped out right there because that thing ultimately shot back up. 2 more likes. 2 more likes. And we're in record territory. 1 more like, just for the JJ effect. 1 more like. Who's gonna give us a record-setting like? Somebody's gonna give it. There it is. Whoever just hit the like button. Wow, you guys have been great. A record-setting stream. 171 likes. I don't know if that's good or bad or not. Maybe that's really pathetic for somebody that's been streaming for 2.5 months now. I have no idea, but regardless, I'm excited about it. 172. I'm excited about it. Even if it is pathetic, you guys have been making it a fun time. Even the JJs and the Jerrys and the Tonys and now I'm starting to forget names. Drede, hey Clay, how are you doing? I'm doing great. We just set a new record on the stream. And Bruce, you've been here since the get-go. He's my homie. Bruce is like, he's here on a routine basis and he just hangs out the entire time. Yeah, Drede, so if you have not hit that like button, make sure you do that. We just continue to push more into record-setting territory now. We might as well get 175, because that's a nice little round number, 175. So, Drede, hit that like button. Hopefully you haven't used your like yet. All right, well, I did say I'd make another trade, and I will make another trade, but we got to make it make sense. I just hit like. Fantastic. Thank you. Remember C. Ooh, a C. We are getting to the point now where, yeah, the trolls are starting to kind of blend in because we've had enough of them. Yeah, oh yes, and make sure you subscribe. I've learned that just because people hit the like button doesn't necessarily mean they're a subscriber. So please consider hitting that subscribe button. We are looking for another trade, but I don't know, is this a forced trade? Yeah, I think so. I was going to say I could get short now with the stop right there, but that's kind of... I mean, not totally random. I guess right now we have the big move down. So this is basically a bear flag. So I want to do this. I want to see it come up, and then I'm going to try to capture it on the way back down. So let's do this instead. So it's got to come up through these highs, and then if it comes back down, I'll try to grab it. So what I was my Bruce, you should really join the private community, Bruce. You would enjoy yourself a whole lot. And dare I say you may have already been back to the green. So please consider, Bruce. Please consider. Again, I want to see it come up and then come back down. And trying to play what maybe is a bear flag. From the overall sense, because what are you talking about? I see a bull pennant. Yeah, that's fair. I'm talking about from the overall sense. Come on, come up some more. Come up a little bit more. And then I'm going to put that order out there. Come on. Oh, Frank with the dad jokes. Child, like I would push back and just say maybe it would make passing a little easier if you're a part of the community. There we go. Oh wait, nope, never mind. Way too big of a risk profile now. I think that was delayed too. No, there it was. All right, never mind on that one. I thought this guy's an actual trader. Guy is trading future prop. Guy is trading. Yeah, because I'm smart, Dimitar. But hey, man, if you want to go risk your own money, go for it. Be my guest. Child like I'm in there, and I say for sure you'll benefit sooner for that. I received that. Thank you. Oh no, is this Jerry? I don't know. I don't know. But hey, if people want to go risk their own money, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Like I said, some of the best traders I know that I guarantee are better than Dimitar. Dimitar, I guarantee, remember, there's traders in my community better than him. Guaranteed it. They're like, yeah, why would I use my own capital? Why would I risk my own money? Like, that literally doesn't make any mathematical sense. But yeah. Dimitar is more than welcome to go and do that. But, I mean, we all know Dimitar is not actually a trader, right? Can you imagine actual traders doing what he's doing? V-Rick, you don't even have to, like, they're just trolls. I mean, it's sad when you actually stop and think about it. Like, just, like, pause for a moment and be like, okay, what kind of life is going on where, like, he decided to pull time out of his day to do that, to make such a poor argument? You're not risking maximum of your capital? You're not a real trader. Okay. Okay. If you want to define real trader as taking on 100% side of the risk, then okay. Then I'm not a real trader. No, Dan, you're not a real trader. Stop with the logic, Dan. Stop looking at math, Dan. Not allowed. You're not a real trader. Well, I am funded with Future Prop Firm too, but I thought you were self-funded or whatever. Never said you should trade the max of your... Yeah. Okay. Dimitar, okay? Let me show you something. I showed this yesterday. I'm not showing it to brag. I'm showing it like if this is like... Maybe I got to do shares. I'm keeping my eye on the chart. Dimitar, I could be self-funded if I wanted. Okay, here we go. I don't say this is brag. I'm just saying. Okay. Whoops. There we go. All right. So first off, before Dimitar's like, well, that's not real. Okay. Right here, you can see the contract shows ARCA. If you don't believe me, sign up for Lightspeed. Sign up for their demo. That column right there is going to say demo. But that is the route that I'm using. And then you can see right here, I am short. Minus 4,000. Price of 62. Okay. Okay. Now, this is not all my money because Lightspeed does offer leverage. But in that trade, 4,000 times 62. That was $248,000 in that trade. Now, who can relate to that? Not a lot of people, right? You want to argue, and you can argue, well, that was stupid. I agree. With Pam's plant, that was stupid. Why put that amount? Again, that was not $240,000 of my money. It was a portion and then leveraged. But point being is like, yeah, Demi, I can go and do that if I want, but why? Why would you do that? It sounds like you understand why, because you're doing the same thing. So why am I not a real trader? Because I'm doing the same thing you are, which I would argue is the smart thing. Can you answer that question, Dimitar? I thought this guy's an actual trader. Why am I not an actual trader? Because I'm choosing to do something smarter, which is what you're doing. Like, I'm doing the same exact thing. And I would say you are a trader. I would argue you're actually a very smart trader. Yeah, exactly. What are these people doing? Like, I could go and I can trade like my actual funds, but why would I do that? I think, and the reason would be your reason. Well, yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. I agree. It's crazy. Dude is giving me a hard time. Well, I thought you were an actual trader. And then he's ripping on me for the very thing he's doing. But I'm not ripping on you, Dimitar. I want you to know, good job. You're actually doing something very intelligently. But why can't I do the same thing that you're doing? I don't think they're trolls. I think some people just, I don't know. Maybe they are just trolls. You're watching Braveheart this afternoon. No. Braveheart is a movie you watch at night. Can Jess handle a couple arms getting cut off and stuff like that? Or is that a little too queasy for her? If the answer is, yeah, she can handle that stuff, then movie night tonight. And the best part is it's loosely based on a true story. She can, okay, then seriously, watch it. Watch it. You will enjoy it. I still got to make a trade, don't I? Okay. So just so we know, none of us here, well, I guess if you're Pam's plant, if you're day trading through a prop firm, you're not an actual trader, okay? Even though you can make actual money, you're not an actual trader. So whatever we actually are, that's what we are. But we're not actually traders, okay? So let's see if this whatever we are, I don't know what to call it because we're not actually traders. But let's see if I can get a trade here. I don't. Well, I'm glad I could help you, Dimitar. I'm not sure what I expected more. What did you expect more of? Like, explain to me how what I'm doing is not smart. Like, if you could be like, hey, Clay, what you're doing is not smart because, and then I'm like, I'm not even like, I'm all for it. Like, I am such an open, like, hey, I want to make sure I'm doing things as efficient as possible. So if you look at me trading through a prop firm and you say, Clay, what you're doing right now is not smart because I am, in all honesty, I'm all open ears. Like, if you can tell me how what I'm doing is not smart, then please let me know. So, but I'm not sure what you mean by you expected more. Like, I don't. I think I'm at I think I'm at maximum efficiency right now. So I'm not sure how you could expect more than maximum efficiency. But if you would say, no, Clay, you're actually not at maximum efficiency is this, well, then please tell me what this is. I'm all ears. I am all ears. But as far as I can tell, Pam's plant from a day trading category is at maximum efficiency. Again, I realize I said I'd make another trade, and I will. I just got to find... or is that maybe a short? No, I'm actually not entertaining. Like, if they see something that is... They said they expected more. Okay, fair enough. What would they say I'm doing that is not smart? Because I believe to be what I'm doing smart and to have it make sense. But hey, I'm human. Maybe I'm missing something. All right, I was gonna. My mind is starting to get a little foggy. I'm like, why do I? But yeah, we're at 3.5 hours. So all right. So if I get in here, 70 down to that's. All right, I'm in there trying to buy the breakout, and as soon as I get in, it goes down. Let's see if we can get a push up, though. So this needs to be, so I'm selling there, but I'm going for up here. So basically about a 2 to 1. Maybe 1.5 to 1. So like I said, this thing either needs to break out now and get moving, or I want out. But I don't feel like sitting here for the next 3 hours. Hopefully I don't have to sit here for the next 3 hours. Hopefully it just... Come on up. Let's make it quick. Let's make it quick. Keep going, please. All right, I am going to move my stop up now to just slightly in the green. So this will be a winning trade no matter what. And I'm out. Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I don't know what people... Well, no, this one didn't make any sense because that was kind of the great irony is Dimitar is like, yeah, I'm a prop firm. So he's ripping on me for doing the same thing that he's doing. But then he's like, well, I expected more out of you. But it's like, well, like, are you saying that I have a smarter route than what you're doing? And that's why I say that, no, I don't have a smarter route. I think we're both doing something very smart. But if you think that I'm doing something not smart, by all means, let me know. But he did. To be fair to him, he did apologize, which is fine. So it is what it is. But it just, yeah, maybe it didn't come across. I don't think it came across as what he was actually intending it. I think he was just saying, Clay, you've been trading, like, how come you're not trading your own money full max? It's like, I definitely could be. But it's like, I don't think that's smart, though. Like, why, for all the reasons we've discussed. Oh, so it did come back down. That would have stopped me out, huh? Yeah, that would have stopped me out. So, unfortunately, broke out, could not quite give me the push. Then it came down, knocked me out on the stop. Maybe it comes back up here. But yeah, that one right there would have knocked me out anyways. So I will be back tomorrow morning. I've kind of been enjoying it. It's much more laid back. Saturday morning coffee. So it'll be 10 a.m. Eastern. So 10 a.m. Eastern. There's the price target hit. So, but like I said, unfortunately, it would have knocked me out anyways before going up there and hitting the target. But anyways, 10 a.m. So we kind of just shoot the breeze. If you have a request for a chart you wanted me to take a look at, could be a stock, options, forex, future, whatever. If you just want to talk prop firm strategy, have questions about prop firms, just want to talk trading, just whatever. It's pretty laid back. So yeah, if you are around tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, like I said, the segment is Saturday morning. What is it? Saturday morning coffee and trade talks. I don't even remember what we're calling it, but that is what's going on tomorrow. And also, you'll be funded Monday. Excellent, Richard. And like I was mentioning earlier, if you do want to learn from me, I do offer a program. I offer no magic strategy. I just offer structured information in in a way that's going to help you learn and have it to make sense and not feel overwhelmed and be able to learn about things in a sequential manner that is just going to make learning easier and more efficient. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check out that link right there. And then, like I said earlier, if you want to check out the free webinar that I'm offering next week, you can check out that link right there. And for one final time, if you have not hit the like button and you enjoyed, please do that. We're already in record-breaking territory, but hey, it'd be cool if we could run this up over 180 right here. But yeah, thank you all for that. We're part of the stream. Good stuff. And again, if you want to get into Pam's plant, once more, Pam's plant, the argument that if you are a day trader and you want to day trade, then day trade futures through a prop firm. And that is what's going on right here. That's the argument for it. And if you do want to support the channel and make sure my kids can eat tonight, I got 6 kids. Use code CLAY so my kids can eat. Then check out the link. Come here. Check out what a size account, or excuse me, what sort of purchasing power you want. And then if you want during the checkout, the platform that I'm using is Tradeovate. And that is what you see right there. But if there's somebody else you want to support and use their code, that's cool too. No problem. But yeah, if you do want to support the channel so my kids can eat, then check out that link right there. Or like I said, just go to Take Profit Trader. And then at the checkout, use code CLAY to support the stream. So everybody, thank you for being here. Fun one, record-breaking one. Love it. And for those of you that do decide to hang out on Saturday morning for coffee, bring your coffee. I'll be here at 10, probably a little bit earlier than 10 a.m., but at the very latest, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if I don't see you, everybody take care. Have a good weekend. And I hope to be back Monday. I guess we're supposed to get some storms here in Iowa. So assuming I have power, I'll be back at the very latest Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So have a good weekend, everybody. Good news, I was able to close my short. Good, Nathan. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Have a good weekend, everybody.